We are going to see, another injury for the Steelers here. Keanu Benton looks like he's out. So again, appreciate you guys for joining us here. Stream here live. We're talking Ravens, Steelers. It's going to be interesting to see if the Ravens are going to keep on the run game. Now, as we all know, the Ravens have had a tough time running the football consistently, not effectively, consistently. And we're going to see. We're going to see if this changes here. We see if this Ravens team gets it going. What's going on, Heather? Appreciate you for joining the stream. Thank you so much. Again, if you're listening in on Instagram, I can't put your comments in on the teleprompter, but I'll be trying my best to read on it as we go. Amir, what's good, Samuel? What's good, man? Hope you're enjoying the game. Right now, the Ravens seem to be rolling, but you know how it starts. The Ravens usually do pretty good and then get away from the game plan if things go awry. So we're hoping that the Ravens do their job here. Man, it's going to be a tough day. You guys know I don't like to do live streams all that much because, you know, boy gets a little parched from talking all this time, and I hate talking to myself. Got some water here. We'll see what happens. We'll be joining Kevin Oestreicher and Kadri Ismail after the game on the Locked On Ravens Squad show, so be sure to tune in, listen in, following the contest. Hopefully good things to say, good things to talk about as the Ravens try and get sole possession of first place in the AFC North. Heather says, foot on necks. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see, Heather. I want to see foot on necks in this contest. I want the Ravens to do their job. Still Got It says, what's up? What's going on, my guys? Make sure you guys also tune in to the Still Got It podcast. You guys haven't been really showing my group some love, but myself, Clay, and Vaughn Kane talking football, life, and all that stuff. So make sure you guys are tuning into the Still Got It podcast. We'll make sure we have a live stream a little later this week, maybe next week. Maybe the Ravens-Bengals game might be a good live stream to get some outside influence in here. But again, make sure you guys tune into the Still Got It podcast. Score prediction says FW Bentley. I said 30-17 Ravens. I know people don't think that the Ravens are equipped to score 30 points, but I think if Lamar Jackson continues to get healthier, the more he gets healthy, the better this offense is. He can't be injured forever. You know, the Ravens are doing a good job of limiting his practice snaps. He's going to get going, and if he does, and this defense continues to excel, you could see some points on the board here, especially against the Steelers team that struggles against the run, as we certainly saw in the first drive of the game that is still ongoing. Speaking of which, Lamar Jackson in the center. He motions likely to the middle. Looks like a handoff to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry runs it up to the left side and gets about 6 to get second and short. Amir says, about to show the Ravens are the big brothers of this division. I agree, Amir. This would be a good time to do it. We'll see what happens. Good first drive so far, 90 miles. I agree. Yes, good first drive. James says, come on, offense, let's get going early and keep it going. I want to see Henry 22 carries, 135. I think you might see that in this game. All right, second down. They motion Zay Flowers. They tried to fake the end around, but instead, TJ Watt grabs Derrick Henry for about a 2 or 3 yard loss, setting up a 3rd and 6 here in the opening drive of this heated rivalry. TJ Watt did a really good job understanding that Zay Flowers didn't have the ball. You'd hope that TJ would, get that Zay Flowers misdirection, and instead he goes right after number 22 and sets up a 3rd and long, and you don't know with this offensive line if you want to see a 3rd and long. Looks like the Steelers are showing blitz. Lamar Jackson looks like he does a good job. Motions Zay Flowers, Rasheen Ali to his right. Hikes the ball. Rasheen Ali does a good job in pass protection. Lamar Jackson goes deep. Zay Flowers wide open, and he catches it. And it is indeed a catch. Zay Flowers. Huge play by Zay Flowers in the corner of the right side of the field. Huge gain. Rasheen Ali with the blitz pickup. Zay Flowers. That's Chuck Clark there. Ooh, I'm not sure if that's a catch. They're going to hurry up to the line. The Ravens, they do hike the ball to get the ball off in time. And nope, they don't. They stop the ball. Looks like there's going to be a challenge on the field to see if Zay Flowers did in fact come down with that grab. Very interesting. I think he got a knee down, but not quite sure if any body part touched the out of bounds area prior to that knee dropping. Zay Flowers does catch it. That is a catch. One knee equals 2 feet. He holds on to the ball, maintains possession. The ball does not touch the ground. It is a catch in my opinion, but I'm a little biased here, as you can tell by the poster in the background. So we shall see what the referees state. But yeah, that looks like a catch. So we shall see what's going on here. Unborn Flair says, I'm Christian shopping, so you are my game today. Unborn Flair, I got you, buddy. I will try my best to get you as much information as I can. Again, it is a TV timeout as they try and decide whether or not that was indeed a catch. I think it's a catch. A little wobbling of the football there, but I think that was a catch. I think he did a good enough job securing it. We'll see what Twitter says here. I like going on Twitter and getting the mood of the rest of the. Yeah, people are saying that's going to get overturned. I don't know. I don't know about that. But Lamar looking good out there. Inconclusive is saying a lot of people there. What say you guys in the chat? I want to hear what your thoughts are about this. I think it's a catch. Rich says if it's not a catch, we lost. That's crazy. That is an insane thing to say. But, I mean, the Ravens will be forced to punt. Grayson says, what do you think? Is Lamar going to take off more today or more passing? I think it's going to be more passing. I think you're going to see the Steelers try and load the box, and we'll see a decision there by Lamar to have to throw the ball, use his arm, and get things going. But we shall see. We'll see what the Steelers do. You know, I don't know the game plan, but that will be my assumption going into this game. Let's see what the call is. Everybody wants to know, was it a catch? I'm about to tell you as soon as I find out. But right now, they are still reviewing. And the call on the field will stand as called, not confirmed, but it is indeed a catch. Zoe, it's a catch. Zay Flowers gets the grab, and the Ravens will be heading 1st and 10 with a chance to put points on the board on their first drive for the first time in quite some time, I'd have to say. I'm not sure the last time the Ravens had a catch that was done. But, yeah, behind this overall line, we need him to start using his legs again since Unborn. I think he's getting there. Rich says we win. AFC North chance just based off the catch. I like that mindset. Definitely a little iffy, but the call on the field stands. It wasn't confirmed. I like the knee. One knee equals 2 feet. Boom. Good job by Zay. All right, so we're still 1st and 10, 12-21, shotgun. Lamar Jackson motions Derrick Henry to the right side. Hand off to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry gets stopped by Rosengarten, ran into the back of his own lineman and doesn't get much. In fact, he might lose half a yard here. So let's see here what happens. TJ Watt runs and, yeah. So he doesn't run into Rosengarten. He runs into Daniel Falele. But there was no push on that line, so I see why. Yeah, Daniel Falele needs to push that line, give Derrick Henry some room to make something happen. Anyway, 2nd and 10, shotgun, Lamar Jackson, empty backfield. They motion Keaton Mitchell. He's on his left side. They hand off to Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell takes it, runs a little bit, but gets about 5 or 6 yards, fellas and ladies as well. So looking about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 here in the first drive. The second third down conversion that the Ravens will have to accomplish here in the first quarter of a pivotal, and I can't use this word enough, pivotal matchup to decide who wins the AFC North title. Ravens have a chance to be the first team in the division's history to win 3 straight division titles. Lamar Jackson, Rasheen Ali, shotgun formation. Hiked ball. It's going to be a pass. Lamar Jackson throws deep to the end zone. Call incomplete. Zay Flowers looks for the flag, but there isn't none. 4th and 4. I'm not mad at it. Man coverage. There was a little bit of a jersey hole, but Zay Flowers gets his hands on it. No, great defense there. Great defense there. by Eccles. Very aggressive on 3rd and 4. So it looks like they're going to go for the field goal here. Tyler Loop, 21 of 21 inside the 50. We'll see what he does here at M&T Bank Stadium at home. He puts it away, and it is good. 3-0 as the fans chant Loop. Ravens take the opening drive and gets 3 points. I can't show the game due to the copyrights. Yes, I tried to show it a little bit last time, but I did get flagged. I got flagged from a lot of people, actually. I got flagged from Facebook. I got flagged from YouTube. So won't be able to show the game this time, but I'll do my best to commentate as best I can. Unfortunate. The powers that be, that is the National Football League, wants to make sure your eyes are glued to CBS and not Ravens talk. But yeah, that's the first points on the board for the Baltimore Ravens. So I will adjust the scoreboard here on my screen and let it be known that the Ravens are leading the Pittsburgh Steelers 3-0 in the first quarter. So what are your thoughts, guys? First quarter, first drive, the Ravens once again failed to reach their end zone, not for lack of trying. A shot to the end zone on 3rd down, knocked away by Eccles. Great play by Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers to try and get it done, but not to be, and that's okay. That's okay. I think I like what I saw there. I just wished the offensive line get some better push. Daniel Faalele is too big to be doing this, not being able to push the defensive line a little bit and give Derrick Henry some room. But it is what it is. I think that the Ravens are going to do well on defense here. This is going to be the game. The Steelers cannot win unless they're putting points on the board against this defense, and they're relying on a 42-year-old, and he looks every bit of 42 in Aaron Rodgers to get the job done. So we'll see. Let me go ahead and put my backdrop outline on. So just give me a sec. That's better. I had to get some light there. I want to look at my gloomy face for the next 3 hours. Watter's going to kill us. He knows that Lamar isn't going to run. We need 77 to get off. To be freaking honest, we don't have mainly drafting line. I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, I think we're going to be drafting. I think the writing's on the wall for sure. Eric DeCosta needs to get some guys up front, trenches on both sides of the ball. But we'll see. We'll see if we see some Emory Jones. Not in the first drive, but he was on rotation in that Bengals game. Not sure if the Ravens are going to risk it against this defensive front, but we'll see what happens. Tyler Loop has had some struggles kicking the ball off. So this is going to be one of those kickoffs where we're holding our breaths. He does kick it. He gets it inside the 20. They return it. Gainwell tries to get it to the 30. He gets it to the 35, 36-yard line. Aaron Rodgers trots in the field. His left arm is taped up. The Ravens fans are booing him, as are their rights, as Baltimore Ravens fans, as the gold and black enter sacred ground. All right. Aaron Rodgers desperate for a chance here to get to the postseason in what many consider to be his last season in the National Football League. Shotgun formation for Aaron Rodgers. Ravens show him blitz here. They send for delay blitz. He goes deep to DK. DK grabs it. Wow. Marlon Humphrey in coverage. Alohi Gilman with the shade coverage, but DK just goes on the go route. I don't know what Marlon Humphrey is complaining about. So they're already inside the 9. Aaron Rodgers having difficulties all season long throwing the ball down the field. Not the case against Marlon Humphrey, who has continued to struggle this season. DK Metcalf destroys him. So now they are in the red zone after one play. So they have the fewest number of pass plays over 20 yards this season, but that didn't stop them from targeting Marlon Humphrey, the former All-Pro corner. So shotgun formation. Aaron Rodgers looks to the left corner. He finds DK Metcalf again. This time he catches the out route on Nate Wiggins for a gain about 6, 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3 here. Again, they are in the red zone. Wow, what a turn of events. Did not see that coming for the Ravens. All right, DK, thankfully for Ravens fans, is on the sideline, which means a run game could be upcoming for the Steelers. Steelers are checking on something. I guess they saw a blitz from somewhere. They motion 74, toss play to Warren. Warren gets grabbed short of the third down marker, I guess the first down marker. And it's 3rd and 1. Heather asked, wasn't that push off? There might have been some tugging, but for the most part, I think Marlon Humphrey needs to do a better job there. And Alohi Gelman, not much help on the fade either. So DK Metcalf, that's his thing. Why are they playing soft? Because the Ravens love to play soft, Heather. I don't know. They love playing soft coverage. But 3rd and 1, regardless, DK Metcalf is back on the field. We could see a fade route to challenge Marlon Humphrey. They motion number 80. They do look for the fade. And they don't get it. DK drops it. Marlon Humphrey helps and retains it. It's 4th and 1. Boswell was stepping on the field, but it looks like the Ravens are going to have to stop them on 4th down. Mike Tomlin, understanding that division is on the line, so they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. 8 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock. Steelers are 3 and 7 on 4th and short this season. He's not scared. They're going for the tush push. They do get it. They get it. Bend but don't break, but they broke, unfortunately for Ravens fans. Flock Humphrey says, Marlon sucks. Yikes. Coming from Flock Humphrey, that's saying something. Marlo is so washed, says Big Doe. I feel this is going to be similar to last week. The Ravens don't score. We're going to get blown out just like the Bengals did. Ooh. Unborn also said he knew D. Clay was going to be tough to face. Shotgun formation for the Steelers again. 1st and goal. They got 2 yards to reach the end zone. They hand it off. Oh, no, it's a fake. Number 80. They do a good job. Great job by the Ravens defense there. Insane, stupid call by the Steelers. Run the ball. If I'm the Steelers, I'm running the ball, right? At least once. Heather says, I like Marlo. Marlo's great inside. He's an inside corner at this point in his career. Having Marlon on the outside, that's tough. That's tough. Marlon doesn't have the speed to really handle that, in my opinion. But we shall see. Another shotgun formation. They're going to motion. They're going to hand it off this time. Gainwell gets it. Nope, he is short. Gainwell is short. It's 3rd and goal for the Steelers again. Why aren't we chipping wide? Oh, heaven knows ball. I don't know why. But we shall certainly see if they change that approach in the next drive. But right now, the Ravens are trying to stop the Steelers from penetrating the end zone and taking the lead here early. So they're about 1.5 yards from the end zone. Now, Aaron Rodgers going big, under center, not on shotgun. They're going to hand the ball off again here. Nope, to play action. They don't fall for it. Now they're racing for Aaron Rodgers. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. A rushing touchdown for the 42-year-old. And the Ravens are down 6-3 in the first quarter. Wow. Unborn Flair says we need Wiggins on the outside at all times. He's got the speed, just needs more experience. Yeah. Toway, what's up, brother? How things going? Appreciate you guys for joining the show. But yeah, it is a huge drive by the Steelers here. And I'm not sure if that's sustainable. If I'm the Ravens, I'm still doing what I've been doing, not changing much. But definitely a very impressive first drive by the Steelers here, unfortunately. So it was the Rodgers pass to DK Metcalf for the huge gain that gives the Steelers a chance to reach the end zone. And Mike Tomlin celebrates with a discount double check as we head over to a TV timeout and a chance to talk about this Ravens defense. Whoa. Can't be allowing too many DK Metcalf 9 routes to go unchecked. I know they had a fade route, a safety shading that side of the field to help protect Marlon, but I guess they didn't account for the speed that DK has. Maybe a little bit of a push off that, like Heather said, but yeah, it's crazy. Nobody was fast enough to get to A-Rod. Apparently not. A-Rod's probably the slowest guy there. I mean, I know offensive linemen that are faster than A-Rod, but I think nobody expected Aaron Rodgers to be the guy to run a bootleg, go across to the other side of the field, and score easily. But those are the breaks. Again, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Again, that entire sequence was just a deep shot by Metcalf, and then they went for it on fourth down. They get it on the tush push. So if I'm the defense, I'm not too hung up on it. You're upset that they score, but you have the formula to stop this Steelers offense. They're not doing much of anything. The Ravens offense is the one that's going to have to play this game and find ways to win. So we'll see what the Ravens do here in the second drive. Did they bring in Emory Jones? Did they run more Keaton Mitchell? Whatever. But I'm very impressed overall on both sides of the ball, how things are going. 7-3, Ravens Steelers, you know how it is. This game's not going to be told until the fourth quarter, regardless. Joey says they're picking on Humphrey. I would. They're pathetic, says Manzi. I don't know if I think they're pathetic, but, you know, they got to score too. They got to score too. Everybody got to score a little bit. Let's look at the other games of the day. I like to look and see how other teams are doing. Titans up over the Browns 7-0. Colts and Jags are tied up at 7-7. Vikings put up a 7-pointer on the Commanders. Bengals up 7-3 on the Bills as well. Dolphins up 14-0 on the Jets. Not surprised there. Saints Bucks tied at 7. Falcons 3 up on the Seahawks. So yeah, Bengals are them boys are moving. Ravens got to take care of business. We do not need a Bengals team to be resurgent and come back. Zim, if you guys don't know, the AFC North Roundtable Bengals rep, I would never hear the end of it. That'd be god awful. Any Hoosies, we are back live. Y'all chill. Marlowe's playing against DK, who was a stud, says Tim. 44-77 need to get traded. All right, Rasheen Ali takes the ball and gets to the 26 on the return. So the Ravens will start at the 26, 74 yards to the end zone is what Lamar has to deal with. We shall see. I think we will be okay, says Christian. I agree. Let's see. Joey says, Humph will get torched all game, then make the game-winning fumble pick. Low key. I think we saw that against the Jets, was it? Yeah. When it looked like the Jets were about to run the ball in and Humphrey stripped it. Okay. Back in action here. Play action to Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson slides. Oh, Lamar Jackson looked like he looked a little, he had a little bit of juice in his run there. Y'all better watch out. So anyway, Derrick Henry, play action. You got to get TJ Watt, but some of that's on Rosengarten for not getting Watt. As Heather mentioned, why aren't we chipping Watt? I don't know. Because Rosengarten's getting cooked by Watt, even though he did take Watt pretty good in that division around in the postseason. The motion, Mark Andrews, they hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. Henry gets stopped almost immediately. I don't understand what's going on with this offensive line when it comes to run blocking, but it is putrid. Let's see it here. I get a little angle here. Cam Hayward. Yeah, some of that's on. Man, Voorhees sucks. That was a bad rep by Voorhees there. But you don't want Emory Jones going up against a wily vet like that. At least you don't think. 3rd and 5. Both teams have been 50% on third down conversion here. Lamar Jackson shotgun. Rasheen Ali next to him here. Rasheen Ali picks up the block. Lamar stands in the pocket and gets taken down for a sack. Echols, the corner, blitzed. And Lamar Jackson couldn't find anyone down the field. I think it was let's see. Yeah, Lamar Jackson had nobody. The only chance he had, there's nobody here. So I think Lamar Jackson's gonna have to start running because I don't know. I think the Ravens are gonna have to use his legs a little bit. So anyway, 4th down. Stout, who's been fantastic as a punter, punts the ball down the field. Another beauty. Caught in the 30. And Keon Martin knocks him over to the sideline. So Aaron Rodgers will get a chance. 3 and out for this Ravens offense who continues to struggle. And we're going to be. Rich Huck said we lost. Rich, what happened, brother? You said that we won. Now we lost? I don't know. Yeah, Daniel Falele in jail. Put Daniel Falele in jail. It says Big Monkey says, I hate my team. AJ Mont said he missed the block and just watch. Tal Monken needs to go. It's disgusting, says AJ Sandoval. Cam says Falele missing another block. What else is new? We've talked about this forever. It is what it is at this point. We just got to support the team. If you're a Ravens fan, just got to support the team because, nothing's changing this season. Falele is a bust. I don't know if he's a bust because I don't think they'll put much in the terms of capital towards him, but he's certainly not the guy that the Ravens need moving forward. I watched some college football games this Saturday, and I saw so many athletic guards being able to pull quickly, effectively, and I'm looking, I've never seen our guards do this. Pat McCarry was the last nimble guard that I saw, and that was last year, obviously, but the guards we have are so big and unathletic, and to be that unathletic and still don't have the strength to push opposing linemen the opposite way, you're just big for nothing. What are you doing? You're just there to be there. You need to use your size. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could deal with another season of Daniel Falele and Angie Voorhees being our starting guards. I think the Ravens need to do something, do whatever it takes. I dare say it's as important as extending Lamar Jackson in the offseason to get some big guys that can move effectively, not only with their feet, but being able to move the opposing defensive linemen the opposite way to give our running backs a chance to move down the field. So that's my 2 cents. I don't know. We'll see. Kelly says we need to run at Watt instead of letting him blow up every run from behind. Ooh. We'll see. I don't know. Again, we just talked about the guards not doing too much in the ways of that, but maybe. O-line consistently loses, says Heather. Hard to disagree with that. It's just been nonstop. This is going to get ugly fast, says Nick. Why don't they give Cleveland a chance? Harbaugh needs to get his head out of his butt. Well, won't be this game, Tim, as Ben Cleveland is inactive, so that tells you all you need to know about what the Ravens think about their guard. Anyway, we're back in action. Aaron Rodgers, shotgun formation. They're motion 88. They're inside the 33. Aaron Rodgers looks to one side. First read's not there. Hands it off. Check down to 30. Warren grabs the ball, but number 44, Marlon Humphrey, makes the tackle, looking like a linebacker, and holds him to a 4-yard gain. Man, from the 35 to the 15. And replaying that pass to DK Metcalf. That's not a testament to what's happening now. We are at 2nd and 6 right now. A little over 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Aaron Rodgers under center, barking orders to his weapons. 4 seconds left on the play clock. 2, 1. They do hike the ball off. Hand off to number 30, a little spin move. But a tackle is made. Alohi Gilman makes it, but not before he picks up about 5 yards. 3rd and short upcoming for the Steelers. Education packed. Great. I'm going to leave this up here as we talk about this next drive. Remember the like button, thumbs up, do whatever you need to do. Appreciate everyone joining us. I know you could be watching anything else, including the game, but you got me yapping on the microphone in the first quarter here. 3rd and 1, shotgun formation for the Steelers, which is an interesting choice. Aaron Rodgers kills it at the line. They hike the ball off. Aaron Rodgers saw something, but not before. Oh, a sack. Mike Green almost had it, but he missed. Aaron Rodgers rolls over to the right side. He throws it, and it is caught for the first down. So Mike Green misses it. Now, that's like a 5-yard gain, but he does extend the chains. Mike Green, that bend, and he just misses. 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. How do you do that? Now, let's see this if this is a catch or not. That is indeed a catch. No doubt about it. So, new set of downs. John Harbaugh is challenging the ruling on the field. I don't know why. What's good? Shout out to the Roundtable crew. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, the Roundtable crew are hopefully lots of things to talk about in this next episode as we look at this game between the Bengals, who just took a 14-3 lead over the Bills. Holy moly. Joe Burrow throws a deep right to T. Higgins. 21-yard touchdown. Oh, wait, that's not a catch. He doesn't have possession. So that's going to be an incomplete pass. So John Harbaugh, congratulations. A challenge that works out. Oh, yeah, that's not a catch. That's incomplete. So 4th and short. 4th and short here. A successful challenge by the Ravens. So, woo! You know? Let's see if the Steelers go for it on 4th down here. We'll decide to punt it on 4th and 1. Actually worked out, says Bad Boy Twan. Yeah. So they're going to punt it here unless this is a fake here, which I'm not, totally unconvinced here. Well, Jonte Wester back there to return the punt. They do decide to punt it off. Wester calls a fair catch at the 11, and the Ravens will have 89 yards to the end zone. But that was a big time challenge by John Harbaugh. We do give Harbaugh criticism. In fact, I'm pretty sure I criticized him when he just threw the flag, but that is a successful challenge by the Ravens, and that means that Lamar Jackson gets the ball back. We do need to see the Ravens run the football more, in my opinion. I think that the Ravens need to run the football more and be effective in it. Does that mean Key Mitchell? Yes. Key Mitchell is on the field. They got a pistol formation going. There we go. Key Mitchell bounces to the outside. He gets some room here, but he picks up about 3-4 yards. But that's what you need if you're the Ravens. You need to make sure that you're getting some run game going on the ground. All right, so it's snowing. Joe Burrow throws it deep. T. Higgins. Oh, my gosh. Snow game. The Bengals are not going anywhere, folks. You better get ready next week, depending on what happens in this contest. Here comes Cincinnati. Key Mitchell hands the ball, gets the ball off again, and this time he gets 3 yards. But this is what you need. If you're the Ravens, run the football let them wear down this defensive front, because in this second half, that's when you take advantage. A lot of veterans out there. They only send 3 delayed blitz for the 4th. They're doing a good job. Lamar Jackson runs over, takes it, and he gets down to the 26-yard line, 27. But Lamar Jackson using his legs finally and getting the first down. Lamar Jackson doesn't want to use his legs. Terrified of being that guy. Now, again, the Steelers aren't running a lot of spies here. So that has caused problems for this offense. But if you keep seeing Lamar Jackson tuck in and run, defenses are going to have to start using an extra person to spy, and that will give better passing lane opportunities for Lamar Jackson in this passing game. Handoff. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins catches it, but there's a flag on the play. So he doesn't catch it, I should say. He dropped it. Joey Porter Jr. on coverage, but this looks like it's going to be a pass interference on the defense. You don't see Hopkins drop very many, and that flag will keep that streak intact. He does 100% as a flag. I don't know what Porter wants to do. You can't tug on a jersey and tackle the guy before he grabs it. So after all of these shenanigans, the Ravens are only end up at the 29-yard line. Hasn't even got to the 30 yet of their own end zone. Another pistol formation. Keaton Mitchell, play action. Jackson throws it, corner, caught. Zay Flowers. So now the 29-yard line, but they say that he's out of bounds, incomplete. Let's see what it looks like here. Oh yeah, he steps out of bounds. So that's for sure an out of bounds catch, but great pass by Lamar. Just a little bit short there with the catching there by Zay Flowers, footwork wise, but 2nd and 10 here. Keaton Mitchell still, they need to get some motion going with the run game. So I understand Keaton Mitchell being there. They hand the ball off to Keaton. Keaton cuts inside, spins, and gets to about the 35-yard line after about a gain of 6. Heather says Lamar can be so indecisive, then turns and almost gets tackled. Yeah, he does that sometimes, especially with this offensive line. Love how D-Hop draws penalties. I agree. D-Hop is either drawing penalties or catching balls. 3rd and 5 here. Keaton Mitchell, I believe, is still on the field here, if I'm not mistaken, unless it's Rasheen Ali. It is Rasheen Ali. 3rd and 5. Looks like a man-to-man coverage here. TJ Watt, one-on-one with Rosengarten. Oh! Zay Flowers drops it. And that was a terrible route. This has to be on Todd Monken. This is the... Yeah, I don't know what the game plan was here. I want to see what the first read was going to be here, because I'm trying to understand what the... Yeah, I see what it was. They were hoping to get Zay Flowers wide open on a kind of a switch because they know it was man, but the Steelers were prepared for that. Still, I don't like the play call. Stout's going to the Pro Bowl, boy. The way he boosts this punt. And Austin gets to the 20-yard line after the punt. So, yeah, the Ravens offense, pedestrian right now. Not the offense we saw last season. Lamar Jackson hasn't been himself, yes, but still doesn't feel like Todd Monken's been in his bag as of late with this passing game. And you want that to improve if they have any chance of making it to the postseason, because, again, they got the Steelers here who they're currently down to, and then you got the Cincinnati Bengals who are up 14-3 against the Bills. So please bench Falele, says woke up. Big boy. Big B Doe says Zay Flowers is not a wide receiver 1. Not looking like it right now. Hard to discount. D-Hop needs to get more opportunities. The only one who knows how to run routes and catch even at his age. Throw to Andrew, says Owen Barnes. Hand the ball off to Henry. Yeah, so this is Very interesting. I understand the frustration. I can't knock it. All right, single back formation. The motion 16 to check on the zone or man coverage. Looks like it's zone. Hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson gets about 5 yards. So this will be the end of the first quarter here for the Ravens and Steelers. Steelers currently up on the Ravens 7-3 in M&T Bank Stadium. Kelly has a service announcement for Ravens flock. Missing Rashad Bateman. Please call 911. Last seen signing a contract extension in the offseason. So, yeah, Rashad Bateman has been a bit of a no-show this season. Got his bag and not much to show for it, but it's been regression down the board. So it's hard to really knock just Bateman. But, yeah, you're right. Rashad Bateman is one of the many who struggled this season. Hard to see the Ravens doing much of anything against the playoff teams that they can't beat Pittsburgh, but still got 45 minutes of football left. We shall see what happens. Lamar Jackson, 2 for 5 for 38 yards in the first quarter. My buddy Kevin said Daniel Falele just got beat by a cornerback to give up a sack on Lamar Jackson. Whew. I mean, in other NFL news, looks like Daniel Jones hobbled off the field with a lower leg injury, non-contact injury, so that's never good. And he's also dealing with a fractured fibula. So Ryan Leonard's in to back up the Indianapolis Colts. Vikings are whooping on the Commanders as well, so whew. Here's another funny stat. The Ravens are the first defense to allow an Aaron Rodgers rushing touchdown since 2022. That is crazy. Man. All right. Bills, Bengals, Joe Burrow slinging it to the end zone. Touchdown. The Bills take a 10-14 lead over 11-14 lead, I should say, over the Bengals. So again, the Bengals defense is going to give you some opportunities. Heather says, where's Mark Andrews? Good question. He got the bag and got lost. He ain't the only one. Lots of people out here playing poo-poo. All right, 2nd and 5 for the Steelers. Shotgun formation. Play action. Oh, tried to get DK, dropped him, but got some push there. The Ravens did. I wonder who that was. It was Jenkins that pushed the pocket like that. Impressive. Teddy Buchanan on zone coverage. DK Metcalf tried to get over it, but not so. So 3rd and 5, big time. Steelers are 1-3 in third down conversion so far this game, 33%. A lot of cushion here for the Ravens, especially at the top of the screen here if you're watching at home. Dumps it off. Gainwell gets it. That was a weird defensive play call. I don't understand what that was, Zach Orr. Lots of cushion. Just daring Aaron Rodgers to just hand them off. So that was a stunt, something that we haven't seen a very lot of from the Ravens. So here we go, 1st and 10. 31-yard line. Lots and lots of cushion again for the Ravens. This pass offense is doo-doo. I don't know how the Ravens lose with these guys. Anyway, second and long after that incomplete pass to, I'm guessing somebody, but doesn't look like it. Aaron Rodgers licking his index finger for some reason. Very weird. If you're watching at home, don't get it. But Ravens have a chance here that can get the ball back to do some damage. What's the word on Lamar going to Steve about either him or Harbaugh got to go? It's on Ravens 24/7 News. I don't know. Johnson, I haven't heard anything like that. I need to look at that and see. I doubt that. All right. We got a false start here for the Steelers, so it's going to be 2nd and 15. Let me look into that. Anybody else heard that? Oh, I know the guy from 24/7. I think it's Lombardi who still does it. Unless it's another Ravens 24/7. So let's look it up. Well, yeah, Russell Street Report. Yeah, I don't see anything like that. But I'll be on the lookout. Maybe I'll talk to Lombardi after this and see what he is. But 2nd and 15. Draymond Jones tries to get it. Roquan almost took his own teammate, Kyle Hamilton, out. And Washington, number 80, got walloped as well, but not before picking up 12 yards on the pass. Hamilton brought him down, but Roquan did not let anything go. Oh, man, he's hurt. Number 80's out. It looks like a concussion protocol for this guy, Kyle Hamilton, and that's a big part of what they do on offense. He's a big blocker for them. Not saying that the Ravens have had any troubles against this run game or him for that matter, but he's wobbling heading to the sideline. Okay, Steelers 50% on 3rd down today. 13 minutes plus left in the second quarter. 3rd and 3, shotgun formation in motion. Aaron Rodgers alone in the backfield now with 5 receivers to work with. Roquan Smith blitzes up the middle. Aaron Rodgers goes deep. DK Metcalf, and it is caught. Nate Wiggins in the coverage. So he gets Marlon Humphrey and now Nate Wiggins for 28 yards. Fantastic throw. Gets the last foot in just before. Wow. So fast pass. DK Metcalf, this time incomplete, but DK Metcalf has been a thorn on the side of the Ravens, especially on 3rd down here. And that was a gain of 20 plus. Call it 30 if you want. Yeah, that's a catch. That's a catch. There's no doubt about it. They're reviewing the replay here, but that's a catch. Wasn't going to be challenged because Aaron Rodgers got the ball off, but no need. 2nd and 10. DK Metcalf still at the bottom of your screen. Looks like he's going to be one-on-one with Nate Wiggins. Gainwell gets it. Alohi Gilman tackles him, but gets him a little bit. There's a flag on the play. It looks like it could be face mask or holding. We shall find out, but this is something that the Ravens are going to have to battle against, as the Ravens look like they're going to be giving up some points here in the second quarter. Yeah, Alohi Gilman gets the face mask, half the distance to the goal. 1st down Steelers. I don't know, Flock. Looks like we could be in for another score here unless the Ravens get their act together and in a hurry. Miami up 21-7 on the Jets, in case you're wondering. Now, I probably don't care about that right now, but thought I'd do my due diligence and give you some info. Titans up 14-10 on the Browns. All right, 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. It seems like it's going to be a handoff, but we'll see what happens here. It is indeed a handoff. End around number 14. Gainwell gets tackled. Maybe gets about back to the line of scrimmage. Daniel Jones out. Daniel Jones just blew his Achilles. And the Colts are down 14-7. Oh, boy. That's tough. That has given a pathway for the Texans to potentially win the AFC South. The NFL world will be paying attention to that, but we are paying attention to the 2nd and 10 for the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers fakes the handoff, ends up passing to Gainwell, but Gainwell breaks through the tackle by Marlon Humphrey, but Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton clean it up and get it going. Conzone says, these boys embarrassing us out there. There's certainly something going on. I don't know, but definitely interesting what the Ravens are doing to the fan base here. Travis Jones at the line. 3rd and 5. Let's see what the Steelers do here. DK Metcalf is in the middle here. Aaron Rodgers didn't like what he saw, called the timeout. Let's see what happens next. All right, 3rd and 5. Very interesting alignment here for the Steelers. They handed over to 14. I mean, that was weird. 4th and 3 for the Steelers, and they will bring out Boswell to kick the field goal. So a good stop here as Gainwell kind of gingerly walks off to the sideline here as he slips. That was a stupid alignment. Mike Tomlin thought that he had something there, but I didn't see anything. Boswell, 13 for 15 all time at M&T Bank Stadium. I know Ravens fans hope that it's 13 for 16 on his 23-yarder. It is not, as he puts up 3 more points on the board for the Steelers. The Steelers take a 10-3 lead here, closing in on the halfway point in the 2nd quarter. So I want to know what Ravens' thoughts are here, because I did not expect this Ravens team to be down much of this game. I thought maybe a first quarter score to start the game, but then the Ravens pull away. The Steelers have been dominant over the Ravens in this contest, in my opinion. The Ravens can't get much of anything done on offense. They've tried to take Derrick Henry out and put Keaton Mitchell in. That hasn't worked as far as getting conversions on 3rd down. A miscommunication or whatever, mistimed routes, catches by Zay Flowers. I'm very interested to see what Ravens fans feel. Marco says, we got faith. We just not seeing it on the field. We look lost out there. OTM Benjic says, this is just like the Jets game. Then at the half, we come back and win it. I have the faith. Daniela Ramirez says, there's a lot of game left, but man, this is frustrating. Elite asks me, do you think we will win? I think we should win. If you're a Ravens fan, you definitely need to win. But whatever the Ravens thought this game was going to be, it has not been that. And again, the Steelers got 2 scores off of 2 deep passes to DK Metcalf, and that's pretty much been the game so far for the Steelers on offense. So I'm not really too concerned about the Steelers on offense. I am worried about the Ravens offense, though, against the Steelers defense. Continue to really struggle against the defensive front. TJ Watt's kind of having his way with the defense, with the offense in terms of stopping the run, something that I haven't really seen TJ Watt do in the past against the Ravens, but we'll see what the Ravens do in the second half. In the meantime, the Ravens have to put some points on the board. I don't know if it's 3, I don't know if it's 7, but the Ravens have got to put points on the board here because you don't want to be down in the second half. I think the Steelers do get the ball back in the second half to start, so you want to have some sort of cushion to allow, in case the Steelers were to put some additional points on the board, that the game isn't completely out of reach before the fourth quarter even hits. But it is what it is. Either way. We do not have an offensive line like the Bills. And how many first down plays has Henry had? Says Blue 80. Stop projecting. We are always playing the Steelers close. I don't know what stop projecting means. I'm not projecting anything, but you're right. The Ravens do always play the Steelers close. Currently, I don't think it's been that close at all. I think the Steelers have really dominated in this contest. We'll see if that changes. There'll be a lot of Lamar Jackson doing for that to happen, but we shall certainly see. Rasheen Ali in the end zone, ready to receive a kick. I'm sure Keaton Mitchell's back there as well. All right. Kick the ball off. Keaton Mitchell has it. Runs out to the right side, and Mitchell gets it out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So we shall get it going. I think this is the big drive for the Ravens. I mean, they're all big drives in this game, but this could really set the tone for the Ravens. We'll see what happens. But I'm very interested to see how the Ravens choose to attack this defense here. Play action to Derrick Henry. Zay Flowers grabs it. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a face mask. No, it looks like a legal man downfield. Based on the referee. Penalties declined, but there wasn't a legal man downfield. Ronnie Stanley. So the second down and a little bit longer than first down was after the interesting play call by the Ravens. 2018 Linday says, who's got it better than us? Everybody. Most Ravens fans hate Harbaugh since 2018, but we're right back here. Zay Flowers once again gets the ball, jukes the tackle by 97, and he gets inside about 33-yard line, 32-yard line. Looking at a 3rd and 4 here. Again, the Ravens haven't had a lot of success on 3rd and 4. Oh, boy. Zay Flowers goes to the sideline here. No, he's not on the sideline. I'm sorry. He's at the bottom of your screen. Looks like Rasheen Ali's there to pass protect. The motion, Zay Flowers hiked the ball. Lamar Jackson trying to get out of the pocket. He does. He tries to throw the ball and it's intercepted. Picked off by number 42. He tried to float it over. The defender doesn't get it. Lamar Jackson throws the pick. Carelessness with the football. Lamar Jackson of old would have got through that defense, but he doesn't get it there. He tried to get it over 26. Just a bad pass by Lamar Jackson. So I know Ravens fans are about to be on my mentions pretty pissed off because he was careless with the football there. You can't throw the football like that unless you're up. You know for sure you're going to get it. Woo! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's hear what the Ravens fans have to say about this. Wow. Likely was open, says Easy Money. It's over, man. All right, so Steelers at the 36-yard line. The Ravens defense needs to get a turnover here or stop them short. I don't know if a field goal will even be enough for this defense. They do stop them here. They get about a yard here. David Ajabo with the stop on the run. But yeah, why not run it out, says Turner. Why not? I don't know. You got to ask Lamar. I can't understand that one. That looks like something that you would potentially try on Madden. Chef asks, why is Ali in the game? Because he's the only running back that can pass protect. Derrick Henry's a poor pass blocker. You know, Keaton Mitchell's a poor pass blocker. Justice Hill right now is out for at least the next 4 weeks. So that's where we're at here with Rasheen Ali. Second and 9, Aaron Rodgers has time. He tries to extend the play, throws the ball, and he grabs it. Oh, man. I don't even know who that guy is, number 15. Slavonic. Let's see this route. Oh, wow. Yeah, Marlon just gets cooked on a route. I mean, but again, to Marlon's defense, he only had, 15 seconds to make that pass play? There's not a lot of receivers you can cover for that long in the National Football League. The Ravens have got to get after Aaron Rodgers. So, 22-yard line for the Steelers. Under center, Aaron Rodgers throws a screen. DK Metcalf almost misses the catch, but he does get it and gets about 4 or 5 yards there. What the F is he doing? Says Louisville Cardinal Ravens. Need to be better on first down, second down. Awful pick, Lamar. You aren't even a Ravens fan, says Blue 80. Okay. All right, 2nd and 4. Shotgun formation. DK Metcalf is approaching 100 yards in the first half. I don't know if they're set here. This might be Baltimore calls a timeout. The Ravens defense didn't look very confused. Lamar is bad. It's okay to say he's been good, but he's bad right now, says Austin. That's what I'm saying. I agree. He has been bad. You assume it'll get better, but he has regressed in almost every way this year. Ever since that Bills game, he has not looked the same. And that's okay to say, in my opinion. But, we'll see if he turns it up a notch. Turner says Orr and Harbaugh have to go regardless how we finish. Even if they win a championship? Monken is playing 4D chess against himself and losing. That's funny. Big Doe says Monken needs to go too if he refuses to run the ball. Brian says he's definitely is a Ravens fan. Trust me. I'm saying, what's... Are you like... Just because I'm calling it like I said doesn't mean I'm a spy here, an informant. Todd Monken is trash, says Don Royal. Yeah. Todd Monken's not having the greatest of seasons. But he didn't tell Lamar to throw that pick. I can tell you that. Aaron Rodgers, play action, passes it. Oh, Marlon Humphrey does a great job of stopping Adam Thielen for his first catch as a Steeler. It'll be 3rd and short again. The Steelers have a chance here to put some points on the board. If I'm the Steelers, if I don't get this 3rd down for whatever reason, I'm going for it on 4th down because you want to make sure you get as many points on the board as possible before this Ravens offense kicks in the 2nd gear. Third and 2. Pass to DK. Is there a flag on the play? There is not. They tried to throw a DK Metcalf, take advantage of the Humphrey coverage, but great defense again. All right, 4th down. Do the Steelers go for it like I said, or do they kick the field goal? The Steelers will kick the field goal. Okay. That's a great play. That's a great outcome for the Ravens, in my opinion. Couldn't have asked for a better outcome. Kick is good. 13-3, and then there's a flag on the play. And they might be on the Ravens. Ooh. Steelers got the 1st down here after the Ravens gift the Steelers. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 98, Travis Jones. 1st down. So it's still 10-3 Steelers. Take the points out the board. You get Aaron Rodgers back on the field. And oh boy, it is beginning to crumble in Baltimore. Huh? Look at that face, the John Harbaugh face. Oh man, that's funny. Blue 80 says, "What do you mean? You keep saying Ravens fans as if you're divorced from them." I'm talking to Ravens fans. I'm assuming Ravens fans are. I'm not entertaining you anymore, Blue. All right, maybe you're upset about the game. Maybe someone poo-pooed in your Cheerios. I don't know. Okay, I think John Harbaugh has a point there. John Harbaugh saying that shouldn't have been a flag. I believe it, but doesn't matter. It is a flag. Alohi Gilman tries to get Gainwell. He doesn't, and the Steelers score the 2nd touchdown of the game. Steelers are going to take a 17-3 lead over Baltimore, and oh boy, the turnover, the mysterious penalty leads to 6 for Pittsburgh, and now we're having a very difficult conversation about what this Ravens team can accomplish in the 2025 season. Let Lamar be Lamar. Now they have him hesitating in the pocket. Damn it, you're playing your kryptonite. Play like you want it. Run it, Lamar, please. Good news is that Harb should get fired at this pace, says Ryan Ramos. I'll tell you, from what I'm hearing, I haven't really dug into it since the last time I did. I don't see an avenue where John Harbaugh gets fired. It's just the way it is right now. John can pack his bag, says Don. Jessup. Fans are hyperbolic, says 24 Cam. Brian says Miami Hurricanes, baby. Congrats to the Hurricanes for defying the odds. He also says that I'm about to report this comment that Shadur Sanders is better than Lamar Jackson. Undisciplined. Ravens self-destructing in their own house. Lost and defeated. These are the words that I'm hearing from fans regarding this team. Hard to disagree with you. Hard to disagree. Brady Cook is in for the Jets as well. I'm not sure if they're any Jets fans. in the audience, but yep. So let it out, folks. I want to hear all about it. How you feel about this? The Bengals are winning against the Bills. We're screwed. Lamar's fault on the interception, clearly. Yes, Nico, I agree. I don't know how you could say it's anyone else's fault but Lamar. There will be 100% be news end of season. Lamar's getting surgery. I mean, yeah, Lamar. I don't know if you can be on one leg and decide to throw that football. So I'm not going to put injuries for his decision making on there, but I do think that he is a little bit banged up here and will most likely require surgery in some regard. I'm depressed. This is so embarrassing, says Joey. Lamar's playing like a bottom 5 QB in the league right now. Yeah, he is. Jake says report that comment about Shadur Sanders. Yeah, I should. But he's my brother-in-law, so I'm going to let it slide. But yeah. OTM Benjic says they will have to play the Bengals again next week. They'll be third in the North in 2 weeks. Whew. Gracious. Someone said he might as well get surgery now. AJ says 17-3 don't concern me. But we are just so bad. I think the team is done with coaching and might as well have a new regime. The Ravens get the ball at the 40 because of a terrible kick by Chris Boswell. That kickoff rule is hurting teams for sure, including the Ravens. Alert says, I want to see Harbaugh on the field. Rob Castillo said, we are washed. I don't even know what gives at this point. It really is just embarrassing. B. Harding says the Ravens are done, showing no fight. We definitely could stop their offense. Just silly mistakes on offense. Just need points, says Young Tay. Tanking the season, it seems, says Sotelo. 7-7 needs to be checked for gambling. I can see us losing the next 4 games. Schedule doesn't get easier after this, so it's either we win or we are done for good. Lamar Jackson hands the ball off to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry gets caught from behind again after getting 3 yards. Why can't we win? Wow. So apparently there's been some commotion in the sideline with Lamar Jackson, Daniel Falele, and Zay Flowers in terms of what the approach is on offense. Daniel Falele screamed, they know what's coming every time. So Derrick Henry runs for a first down, runs over somebody, he's out. A Pittsburgh Steelers defender is out cold after running into Derrick Henry. Oh my gosh. I think it's Highsmith, I should say. Sorry. Let's see if I saw that correctly. Yep, he's out. Oh, no. That's not Highsmith. That's Malik Harrison, former Raven. Oh, no. He's on his knees, though, so it looks like he's going to be okay, but sheesh. There's not a lot of guys that can go one-on-one with Derrick Henry and live to tell the tale, and he's another victim, unfortunately. Hopefully he's okay. But in the meantime, we shall continue the discussion about this Ravens team. It's sad, honestly, says Sotelo. So much potential and the roster to win. Chef says Harrison just got slept. He did. Hopefully he's okay. Big David says now they're running Henry when they're down 17-3. Also, very good point. Very good point. I can't even lie. Well, I appreciate you guys again for joining me here. We're going to be talking more Ravens football after the game. Locked On Ravens Squad show. Myself, Kevin Ostreicher, Kadri Ismail, Super Bowl 35 MVP. Hopefully. We're talking about how the Ravens came back. I picked up the W here in the must-win atmosphere against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I almost said Bengals because I'm thinking about how the Bengals are trotting their way back. Trotting their way back in the AFC North. In the league, in the division that has no offense. Here comes Joey Burr, to make our lives a living nightmare. Let's see what the score is here. 21-11. Bengals. Joe Burrow pass to Brown, pass to T. Higgins. Man. Interessante. Still waiting for the commercial to be over. It has. Malik Harrison, thankfully, is back under his own power, heads to the blue tent. Be very shocked if we see him back on the field. Hopefully he's okay. Lamar Jackson under center again. Derrick Henry. Play action. Lamar Jackson passes it to Zay Flowers. Gets about 7, 8, 9 yards. So the offense is starting to pick up steam. They're showing. I can't believe the Bengals are going crazy like this. They just showed the replay of that touchdown. All right, Derrick Henry takes it. Gets the first down. Steelers defenders try and grab at the ball, but Derrick Henry says, this ain't Buffalo. This ain't week 1, and gets the first down. So Ravens fans have been clamoring to see more Derrick Henry, more running game. You're getting it here. They did get a big-time pass. Lamar Jackson 5 for 9 for 53 yards and a interception. No targets to Derrick. No targets to Mark Andrews. No targets to Rashad Bateman. But that could be changing as the Ravens are starting to get things going here. Shotgun formation. Play action to Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson has nobody to throw the ball to. He does get the ball to Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely gets about 8 yards before taking down here about 2 or 3 yards shy of the first down marker. And this Ravens offense are putting the onus on themselves to get things going because this Steelers team is ready to play. The Ravens slow to catch up. Daniel Falele got whooped. I mean, my God. Oh, wait, get Falele off the field. For the love of God. He is looking inept out there. 2nd and 4. So they give it a 6-yard gain for Isaiah Likely. 2nd and 4. They motion Zay Flowers. They hand the ball off to Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers tries to cut in. He does, but a yard short of the first down marker. So it was an end-around attempt. Steelers got it, but Zay Flowers made the most of it and got a couple yards. It's officially a 3rd and 2 now. 3rd and 2 here for the Ravens. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Steelers looking to keep the Ravens from the end zone. The Ravens will love to get a touchdown here to keep the score within a touchdown heading into the third quarter. This is under center, single back. Keaton Mitchell behind. So they motion Pat Ricard, and they're going to call a false start here. Looks like it's an encroachment on the Steelers. I'm sorry. Neutral zone infraction on the defense. So the Ravens are starting to get the calls going. They're starting to get the mojo going. They're starting to get the ball moving. And right now, the Ravens are counterattacking the touchdown by the Steelers in an attempt to try their best to keep this game close. So we got 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go. The play clock will prevent the Ravens from letting this creep down to the 2-minute warning. They need to get a playoff here before the 2-minute warning. Shotgun formation, and ball tipped and falls down. But there is a flag on the play anyway. But Lamar Jackson, those tip passes, holy cow. Illegal formation on the offense. Number 79 was not on the line of scrimmage. Penalties declined. Second down. So the Ravens going away from running the football again. Looks like it was Rosengarten. And I need to, change this ticker. Because it is, in fact, 17-3. You wish it was still 10-7, but it is 17-3. Derrick Henry on the field. They hand the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry gets stopped, but pushes away for about 3 yards. Call it 2. But we'll head to the 2-minute warning with a 3rd and 7 opportunity. The Ravens have got to convert this 3rd down. So they'll have the 2-minute warning to talk about it on the sideline. But you got to assume, if you're the Ravens, you are trying your best to get this ball in the end zone. Cannot afford to go up to the locker room 17-6 or 17-3. Get in the end zone. I believe it's 4-down territory. What are your thoughts, Ravens flock, about this? 77 got to be investigated. It says Benjix. Harbaugh deserves a lump of coal in his stocking, says Kate Warner. Chef Trash Panda says Harbaugh is going to ask EDC to give him an extension. I can do a better job than 77, says Big Doe. I think you might be right. I don't understand why Mark Andrews has been used just, says Jalen Vasquez. Commentator just cooked 77. Yeah. Google gave us a 73% chance of winning. Wrong, says Undead Slayer. I'm not giving up hope yet. But this is just a microcosm of what has been a perplexing season, to say the least, if you're a Ravens fan. I don't understand what is going on. Truly don't. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in, joining in, talking Ravens football. Daniel Olay. Just sending a quick message to Q because this is funny. I don't know if you guys are watching this Bengals-Bills game, but he's cooking this Bills team. He's absolutely cooking. Shadur Sanders throws a deep pass to Jerry Jeudy, who runs it in for a touchdown. The Browns take a 17-14 lead. Shadur is 8 for 13, 178 yards passing, 22 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 145. Now, it is against the Titans, but come on. Brody says, send him to the G League. Did the Ravens score? Slick, nope, not yet. It's a 2-minute warning. They're threatening, but right now we're looking at a 3rd and 7 here for the Ravens. So they need to 3rd and 8 officially. So we'll need to see. Zay Flowers motions. Lamar dissecting. The defense sends blitz. Lamar Jackson tries to throw it. Knocked down by Zay Flowers. There's a flag on the play. I don't know, man. What is Todd Monken doing? Illegal contact on the Steelers. The Ravens are going to get a first down. 1:54 left. The Ravens have got to start running the football, I think, here. Run the ball. Wow, Porter, goddamn. Was that a dance? Run the ball. Derrick Henry back on the field. 18-yard line. Shotgun. They do, in fact, hand the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry takes it up the middle and gets to about the 13-yard line. Run the ball, Baltimore. 2nd and 5. Lamar Jackson, whatever he's going through, you have an opportunity to take the pressure off of him. You got the running game. You got these big dogs in the middle. Steelers have struggled, especially the second level of their defense, against the run. Run the ball. Just thought. So we got single back. This looks like a great chance for Derrick Henry to get things on. Do not play action. Run the ball here. They don't run the ball. It's a play action. Jackson gives it to Rashad Bateman and gets the first down. So Rashad Bateman gets the first down just inside for the first down. 50 seconds left. Kelly says he's alive. They found him. Kelly. They found him. Of course, if you guys don't remember, Kelly said that Rashad Bateman was missing, but he is indeed alive. 38 seconds to go. I think the Ravens should hand the ball off here. They motion Pat Ricard. They toss it to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry takes it to the left. Oh, runs through Pat Ricard. But Patrick Queen. But that was a great play by Patrick Queen. I'm not going to lie. So Isaiah Lackey does a decent job. Patrick Queen did a great job there. I'm not even going to lie. I talk crap about Pat Queen all the time, but that was a good solo tackle to stop Derrick Henry, even though Derrick Henry bounced off and stayed upright. Gave the defense enough time to get after Derrick Henry, and now the Ravens are at a 2nd and goal. Highsmith is ginger on the sidelines too. So the Ravens don't have Highsmith to deal with. They don't have Malik Harrison to deal with. The Ravens have a golden opportunity here to run the football down the throats of Pittsburgh. So let's see what happens. No Derek Harmon either in this game. Derrick Henry stays on the field, which means that they at least are given the threat of the run for this team. Run the ball here. They're showing blitz. You run to the right side. They don't. They try and pass it. Lamar Jackson on the sideline. Incomplete. You don't get a flag there. Run the ball. I'm sorry, guys, but run the ball. They tried to give the ball to Mark Andrews. I don't think there was no play call. There's no pass interference there. That was just a good play. Poor toss by Lamar. And now Lamar has to throw it here. They got Rasheen Ali to pass block, guys. So it's a passing play. Lamar Jackson takes it himself, runs in the end zone, touchdown! Baltimore Ravens get the score on the board. Lamar may not be out of it yet. Didn't look the burst that he had in previous outings, but he does, in fact, reach the end zone. The Ravens do what they need to do to get a touchdown on the board. Crucial. There's a holding call on the defense. Penalty is declined. It is, in fact, a touchdown. Kelly, all smiles here. Lamar Jackson hasn't run in for a touchdown since week 1. My God. Who the F actually watches this guy, says Kylie Curry. I don't know what you're saying, Kyle. You're talking about me or somebody else, but welcome. I guess you are watching them. Grandma not mad. Grandma just heard. Well, the kick is no good. Tyler Loop just missed an extra point, and now it is 17-9 instead of 17-10. Oh boy. Every point counts. And that is indeed a missed kick. Oh, man. Kick Kyle. Is Kyle talking trash? Brody, I will kick him. I don't know. I haven't been able to watch here. Yeah, you're out of here, Kyle. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. Can't talk trash to my Ravens fans. He's being a meanie. Okay, I got you. Well, I blocked him. Sorry, the Ravens are up 17-9. You wish it was 17-10, but those are problems for a later time period. Tyler Loop, after missing the extra point, gets a chance to kick this off. And the Steelers will most likely return this at the 7. And he gets tackled almost instantaneously at the 25. I'm pretty sure the Steelers are going to need a ball here and head over to the locker room at halftime. But 17-9, not perfect start with his Ravens team, but well, they're talking like they want to do something here. Maybe I'm missing something. No, it is a knee. So that's it for the first half of football. Steelers lead the Ravens 17-9. And I have to also check this one. This is not the first quarter. It is going to be the third quarter when we get back here for the Ravens. So pardon me and my lack of, accuracy. But it is what it is. It's getting good. That ruined our momentum. It did. Short brush rider, got it. Can we find any other ways to sell a game? Oh yeah, I agree. I don't know what's going on, man. It's tough. All right, go ahead, get your charger. Everybody, go ahead, relax. I'm going to take a sip of this water here. Just gotta stay hydrated. But yeah, what a crazy first half for the Ravens. The Ravens, who I thought would come in slinging it. Do not do so. I don't say slinging it. I mean, just winning. I thought they'd be winning in general here, but they are not currently winning. They are currently losing. And let's see what happens in the second half. I think, again, for the Steelers, 2 big plays by DK Metcalf is the story. For the Ravens, it's the turnovers and the penalties that are keeping them from taking control of this game. So very winnable game still. The run game, there was success there. You saw the success. So I'm cautiously optimistic here. So I'm going to wait for this commercial to stop so that I may show you the box score. Let's get some. In fact, we can show the box score now. Let's look at the box score because Aaron Rodgers 13 for 20, 148 yards. Not much. This is pretty much what I expected from Aaron Rodgers. Look at Lamar Jackson. 7 of 13, 64 yards passing, and an interception, a 35.4 passer rating. Derrick Henry, 11 for 34, averaging 3.1 yards a carry. Lamar Jackson averaging 6.3 to go along with that touchdown. Only touchdown for the Ravens today. 7 targets for Zay Flowers. Only 4 catches for 46 yards. Not much going anywhere else. Mark Andrews was targeted once in the end zone. Nothing coming for that. Rashad Bateman, 1 target, 1 catch, 5 yards. They are likely 2 targets, 2 catches, 13 yards. So it's an ugly game. I mean, that's the Pittsburgh Steelers Ravens matchup usually. Even during the divisional round last year, the wild card round last year, it was kind of mucky. I know there was a couple of big time plays the Ravens made. It was 21 28-7, I believe, was the total. Was it 28-14 that was the final score? I think it's 28-14. Wasn't pretty by any stretch, and these games are never going to be pretty. This is the type of game that the Steelers wanted. They wanted this to be a mucky, ugly, dirty game that comes out with the Ravens on top. They want the Ravens offense to struggle. You saw them in the sidelines, as reported by CBS. There was some discontent or some unwillingness to accept the game plan that the Ravens had. Daniel Falele said they see it coming every time. They respond accordingly. They scored a touchdown, but you hope that the Ravens get their act together because they certainly need to do so. I don't know what holds up for the Ravens next, but we'll see it. All right, still a winnable game, says Brody. I agree. Real Red Star Game Farm says our Ravens team are playing soft. This is not how Ravens play. No heart. I thought the Steelers will lose since half of their players are injured, says Al Hamar. Just run the ball. Make them commit to stacking the box and then throw over top, says Jay every day. Woke up in agony. Says I can never be happy as a Ravens fan. Well, when you wake up in agony every day, not surprising. Brody says you're a Bills fan. I guess Ryan's saying Brody isn't a real fan. He's washed. Love y'all even more. I don't know what's going on here. Lots of back and forth here within the stream chat, I guess. Should probably be paying more attention to it, but just let me know if someone needs to be kicked or not. I'll look at the consensus. I saw Kyle had to be kicked, so that's one thing. Brody says, how do we win? Run the ball. I think that's the base of it. Run the ball effectively. And I think everything will take care of itself. I don't think that Steelers offense, even though they have 2 touchdowns to show for it, they're not. It's not like the Ravens are playing the Bengals here. I think the Ravens can get back here. This defense needs to get a 3-and-out stop here, get the ball back to the Ravens. Ravens commit to running the football. Use Derrick Henry. He is not washed. Just need to be patient with this offensive line. He's not going to have huge chunks of plays on every single snap. Very similar to what he was in Tennessee. As the game wears down, the defense gets tired, that's when he'll shine. Kyle's gone, isn't he? Oh, Kyle's back? What the hell? How do I get this guy out of here? Kyle, bro, can you just be like a regular person? That'd be great. What's his name? I don't know how Kyle came back. I don't know how he came back, but he's back. Brad Guy says, I'm trying to stay positive, but I swear everything seems like a challenge on offense. Yeah, it does. I don't understand what's going on. Kyle, I'm gonna have to cut you, buddy. I don't know. Doing too much, brother. All right, buddy's blocked. Oh my gosh. I think so. Let me look at my event log. Man, you guys are going through it over there. I'm enjoying the conversation. Do you think we'll commit to the run in the second half? Have to. Munkin seems to forget about Henry. I just don't understand. They get nervous when they're down. Something that's happened forever. I don't get it. I do not get it. All right, let's see. Probably still halftime. Nothing to really see here. Let's look at the other games of the day. Just so that I can have some laughs here. I'm going on ESPN to look at the scores. Ravens, of course, down 17-9. Seahawks up 13-6. Bengals up 21-18. So the Bills are starting to make a comeback here. Browns ahead of the Titans 17-14. Vikings ahead of the Commanders. I mean, talk about the Ravens struggles, the Commanders. Oh, boy. Dolphins up 24-7. Jets are poo-poo. Bucks over Saints. No surprise there. Jags over Colts. The big story, of course, Daniel Jones out with looks like a ruptured Achilles. So he's out for the season most likely, and Colts are probably out of the postseason. Maybe not out of the postseason. They might make it, but they're certainly not going to do much of anything if they do. So this gives an opportunity for teams like the Jaguars, teams like the Texans to make their way. The Texans have a big matchup against the Chiefs. Bears-Packers looks to be a good game as well. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. See if I can add TikTok. Can't add TikTok to my stream. Unfortunate. Okay. All right, what's going on now? You guys talking about pull up? Sheesh. Relax, guys. Chef said, imagine the cow pops back up like a baby mama from hell. Oh boy. All right, y'all. Let's chill out on the IG. You guys are going crazy over here. Hopefully the Ravens get their act together and we can all kumbaya it out. 2018 says, do we still believe in John Harbaugh? It's been it's a question. I'm not sure if I have the answer to it. I will say this. If John Harbaugh doesn't get his team together, this is what John Harbaugh is good at. He's best at squeezing the juice out of the roster. He may not be great in big-time moments, but as far as getting the most out of his team, motivating, preparation, that's where John Harbaugh is. I don't see a lot of – this team doesn't look very prepared in this contest. Doesn't look prepared last week either. So John Harbaugh is under that microscope as well. Do I think he gets fired? If you put a gun to my head, I'd say no. Just off the consensus of what I'm hearing outside of Baltimore. You know, Baltimore is its own ecosystem, so I try and look elsewhere, talk to other reporters, talk to people in the know about what their thoughts are with the situation in Baltimore, and to a T, everyone's saying that they cannot see a world in which John Harbaugh is not the head coach for the Ravens. Not only that, same with Mike Tomlin. We don't see it. Crazier things have happened. I mean, I was shocked when the Ravens got rid of Brian Billick in 2007. But again, that was 18 years ago. There's never been really a precedence for it. In this situation, Brian Billick wasn't hired by Steve Bisciotti. He was hired by the late, forgot his name off the top of my head, but old owner for the Ravens. So Steve Bisciotti hired John Harbaugh. They love John Harbaugh. Eric DeCosta loves John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh loves Eric DeCosta. Harbaugh loves Steve Bisciotti. I've heard some instances of Lamar Jackson's not happy with John Harbaugh. How many years does Lamar Jackson have left as a QB for the Ravens? how long has he been the QB for the Ravens? So he only has so much pull, Lamar does. If that is indeed the case, again, I don't know what's going on with that. I'd more than likely say that that's a bunch of BS, what we're hearing about that. A lot of rumors about nothing. But regardless, I think that John Harbaugh is probably here to stay. Fire Harbaugh, bring in Gruden, a player's coach. Harbaugh's a player's coach. Harbaugh's a player's coach. But yeah, you're right. All right. I think we're about to get started with the second half here in a second. Let's bring my beautiful face back up to the screen for you. Don't forget, this is a big game. Ray Lewis was the player of the game for this one. I think they had Jonathan Ogden, maybe, was it? That came in as well as a captain. I don't know what's going on. Either way, you could tell this is a playoff-like game. Don't let the 1 p.m. time fool you. Okay. Let's see here with the Ravens. They're going to be kicking the ball off to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Luke missed the extra point, and he kicks the kickoff out of bounds. So the Steelers are going to start at 40 to start the third quarter. At this point, just kick the ball in the end zone. I'm sure he has the leg. Just kick it in the end zone, start the ball at the 35, and it's not like the Ravens are starting Malik Harrison, Darnell Washington out with concussions. They're going to get an update on Alex Highsmith as soon as possible, but for now, we got 2 Steelers out. Okay, Rodgers in a pistol formation here. Pass, looks like it's going to... Aaron Rodgers extending the play for as long as he can. Down the field, DK Metcalf grabs it. Oh my gosh. Another big play. Ball to the 18-yard line, the Ravens' 18-yard line. 42-yard pass. Now, this is embarrassing. This is what's wrong with the pass rush. Aaron Rodgers had time for days in the pocket. The Ravens only sent 4, and David Ojabo was the edge rusher along with Brent Urban. So this wasn't really a defensive front set to really go after the quarterback, but they paid for it hugely. So Metcalf has 130 yards receiving on 5 catches. So they're in the red zone here. Nate Wiggins to Pat Fry move. Big time tackle. Oh, that was ugly. So I'm going to stop sharing here. Need a turnover. We need to stop, tighten up. Let's go. All right. We shall see. 2nd and 7 for the Steelers. Handoff. Gainwell slides to the left. Wiggins grabs him and stops him right before picking up the first. Hmm. Take a look at Nate Wiggins there to make sure he's okay. 3rd and 1 here. Gainwell stays. Nate Wiggins still in the game, so he looks to be okay. Hand the ball off to Gainwell. Gainwell right up the middle and gets the first down. So this is a case where I'm just going to, let's chalk it up. If the Steelers score a touchdown here, it's going to be tough. I mean, I'm not going to say it's over. It's going to be tough. Steelers got 2 touchdowns in the field goal here so far. They motion the big guy. They toss it out. Big time tackle. Big time tackle by Jenkins and Brent Urban. Mike Green did great. I think this Ravens team was going to love getting Tavius Robinson back, getting our Darius Washington back as well. I'm not sure how effective Washington's going to be coming off an Achilles injury the same year. But, man, they need some dogs here to help in the run game as well as rushing the passer. So Tavius Robinson will be huge for them. The Ravens are playing very soft here. Look at the top of your screen if you're watching at home. May get some DK Metcalf one-on-one with Marlon Humphrey as well. That's where he's looking. Doesn't see it. Goes in the middle. Oh, gets smacked. Pat Fryermuth does. And it's going to be 3rd down and goal at the 9. Malachi Stark's great coverage. Roquan be banging on his own guys. All right. So the Ravens have a 3rd and goal here. They're at the 10.5-yard line. Shotgun formation. Ravens. Mike Green gets the sound. He gets it away. Oh, incomplete. Wow, Mike Green almost got the sack there. Tripped up Rodgers. Rodgers was able to get the ball out of there. Doesn't convert. It's going to be 4th down and goal. And out comes Boswell with a chance to take a 20-9 lead on the Ravens. And Kyle Vanoy tips off that pass, by the way. So that could have been a touchdown. Boswell with the field goal, and it is good. So the Steelers take a 20-9 lead. I mean, you talk about had to do it. The Steelers could not have reached the end zone here. The Ravens only give up 3. 2-score deficit to overcome, but they're only down by 11 instead of 14, 15. All right, let's look at the comments here. Still need to another stop. We're back in the game. Good stop. Good hit stick. Nate says we effing suck. We not good. The bend but don't break ain't really working, says Trash Panda. Defense is starting to break. But they do keep them out of the end zone, so that is a good thing. Prince of Baltimore says fire Harbaugh. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully that game gets together. Let's take a look at the Bills Bengals game, because that game has so much on the line for the Ravens as far as seeding is concerned. I mean, not seeding, the division is concerned. if the Ravens were to find a way to come back and win this game. Currently, the Bengals scored a touchdown and it was brought back due to a penalty. That sucks. Looks like Buffalo's going to come back and win that game. Thank the Lord. If you're a Ravens fan, which we all are here. Had to put that out there because somebody thinks that I'm a fraud as a Ravens content creator. Prince of Baltimore says, you can't squander generational talent like Lamar. We should have kept McDonald as says coach. Preaching to the choir, my guy. I felt like I lost a loved one when McDonald signed as the head coach for the Seahawks. Yeah, the Bengals losing makes you feel a little better about this, but you still got to get the victory here against the Steelers because you got big-time matchups against the Bengals, Patriots, and Packers before you go back to Pittsburgh. Mitchell runs to the middle, gets to about the 29. Seems to be okay as he gets back up. Luca Gurney says Bobby Baltimore is a informant, not really a Ravens fan. I've heard rumors about that. That's my guy, Bobby. I can't really speak to it. I don't know. But I can't speak on my allegiance. Check the birth certificate. You got any questions about where I'm from? Shotgun. Hands off to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry bounces off a tackle and gets about 6 yards. So the Ravens are doing what Ravens fans would like. And that is to continue to run the ball. Education Unpacked reminded you guys to hit that like button and subscribe. Follow if you're over on Instagram. Follow if you're over on YouTube. Follow if you're on Twitter. And of course, hit that like button. Appreciate you, Education Unpacked for that ringing endorsement. Derrick Henry, 12 rushes, 40 yards. Keaton Mitchell gets a handoff, bounces to the outside, but gets tackled a yard shy of the first. So we're looking at 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 officially. All right, so 3rd and 2. I'm not really liking the Ravens' 3rd down conversion rate in this game. I think they're 2 for 5. We'll see if that's correct. 3rd and 1 officially. They toss it to Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell bounces it to the outside, then the inside. He goes down the sideline, the 50, the 40. No one's going to catch Keaton Mitchell. He does get caught inside the 10-yard line, but not before a huge turn of events. Keaton Mitchell using that speed and gets the first down on 3rd and 1. Wow. Hot take. Time for the Ravens to look for a quarterback in the draft. Lamar's prime is done. That's crazy. I don't agree with that. I think they need to look in the mirror with Lamar and find out what went wrong this season and fix it, but there's too much capital on Lamar. They quickly get back to the line. Lamar behind the line of scrimmage, hand off to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry at the middle and gets stopped straight ahead, tumbles for about a yard, maybe half a yard. So the Steelers go ahead and respond to that big run by Keaton Mitchell. Trash Panda says, let's effing go, Mitchell. Finally, says bad boy Twan. Huge run, says Blake. That's what I like to see. We need to convert these boys. We need to convert here, boys, says Luca. All right. Lamar Jackson lined up wide. Direct snap to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry runs it up the middle and gets stopped inside the 5. It looks like it's at the 3-yard line. So they use the Wildcat formation. They motion Lamar Jackson. Fake handoff to Lamar. And Derrick Henry runs it up for about 4 yards to set up a very interesting 3rd and goal for the Ravens. Todd Monken trying to get in his bag because he knows He needs to hit the end zone here. The Ravens have 2 trips in the red zone so far this game, not including this one. They have a touchdown and a field goal to show for it. This is their 3rd trip here. They want to get into the end zone right here. Shotgun formation. Jackson runs it, tosses it, caught. Isaiah Likely, touchdown, Ravens. And the Ravens are back in this thing. Right back in it, all the Baltimore Ravens. After a big-time run from Keaton Mitchell, Isaiah Likely, who is not the benefactor of a contract extension, gets into the end zone. Lamar Jackson legs given the opportunity for Isaiah Likely to get into the end zone. The Ravens are currently up or down 2015. They're not going to go for 2 here. Pretty sure that's a mistake, but I don't know if I agree with it. Regardless, they'll kick the field goal, and it's 2016. If you remember, during the Bills game, the Ravens had a chance to take a 17-point lead by going for 2. Instead, they kicked the extra point. The Ravens lose by 1. It would have been a tie game if all things remained the same following that missed opportunity. So we'll see if that backfires for the Ravens here. But right now, the Ravens do take a 16-20 lead. 16-20 lead over the Pittsburgh, 16-20 deficit. Steelers have a 20-16 lead over the Ravens here. But the Ravens are indeed right back in it. Why not go for 2, says Marcus? I don't know. They're afraid they're not going to get it. Loop is a bad NFL kicker, just is. I don't know if I agree with that, KP. This is his first year. I mean, this is not a great transition. Again, it's very difficult to kick in Baltimore, I think. And as a rookie, it's even more difficult. So I'm sure he'll have the offseason to get things under control. I'm not going to knock him until maybe the second game of the season, but he's certainly been a pleasant welcome after getting rid of Justin Tucker, having Matt Stover. The Ravens seem to be patient with this guy. He's certainly no Cundiff. So that's got to make some convos about the Andrews extension, says Blake. I will tell you, from what I understand, and again, I'm not in the facility. I don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. I have a decent idea of what goes on behind the scenes through various sources and people I've spoken with, but the Ravens made every attempt to try and re-sign Isaiah Likely. How much they try? He was very close to being signed before the start of the season. That I can confirm. I'm not sure how much went in the way of talks since then. I've heard from some folks that potentially there was another attempt made at re-signing the guy. Nothing doing. I think maybe I likely wanted to test free agency or wanted a number that was way too high for the Ravens to commit to, especially considering that Likely's performances regressed, much like a lot of people. But Mark Andrews was more than willing. I think it was a couple of weeks that the negotiations went ongoing, and the Ravens were able to get it done. The Ravens, again, all 3 tight ends were due for a new contract after the season. The Ravens believed they couldn't afford to lose all of them. I didn't think it was possible to really assure themselves. Likely they went for the sure thing in Mark Andrews, and now they have a decision to make with Charlie Kohler. But I think Isaiah Likely, with the numbers he's looking for, the franchise tag that it would take to retain him, if they weren't able to come to an agreement, this lets me believe that his time in Baltimore is over after these 5 games and maybe postseason outing, depending on the outcome of this game and others. Blake says, can't necessarily blame him. If he plays like his past, he can be a tight end one somewhere else. Yeah, Kansas City is the first name that comes to mind, in my opinion. Kansas City, Seattle, those are places. And Dre Mace said likely will go to Seahawks, Chiefs, or Rams. So I agree with that. Some place where he could be the tight end one, be the number one guy. You don't think Isaiah Likely wants to be here for 3 more seasons with Mark Andrews where he's not the number one target. Go get those numbers somewhere else where you're the focal point, where you're in a passing offense, where you're not really asked to block the way he's asked to block here, something he's had to work on throughout his career here. So I think that he's going to be fine wherever he goes. Wish him the best, but the Ravens have other priorities here. They got to get Tyler Linderbaum signed. Zay Flowers' contract is coming up. Draymond Jones played decently well so far. So there's a lot of guys here who they need to worry about here. As the Ravens and Steelers are back in action. Steelers got the ball at 20. Handoff to Warren, but Warren gets about 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Whoa, James Cook fumbled the ball in the end zone, similar to what happened with Isaiah Likely last year. So the Bengals still have a 21-18 lead. Oh, Draymond Jones almost got it. That's a holding call for sure. But Warren gets about 4 yards here. But I think this is going back. I think they held Mike Green there. The left tackle did. And this is going to be 2nd and long for the Ravens. Yep, Mike Green gets held here pretty bad. Mike Green's getting better. I mean, against the Bengals, he didn't have a great game. But I've seen some flashes for him. He just needs to get better, acclimated. You're not going to have 10 sacks in your first season in the league, but very promising signs from Mike Green. 2nd and 17. Aaron Rodgers is standing inside the 10-yard line and shotgun. No running back there to help him pass protection. They send 4. No one gets there. Pass the ball to DK Metcalf, and Metcalf gets half of it back. So we get 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. And Pierce, the guy that just got held, the left tackle for the Steelers, is down right now. So the Ravens may be willing to blitz that side, overload it. I don't know. It's going to be tough for the Steelers here. Steelers have been dealing with some injuries here. Ravens have a chance to fight back. They got to stop them here on 3rd down as the CBS broadcast takes a quick break to deal with that injury. So how are Ravens fans feeling? I haven't seen a lot of comments here on Twitter and YouTube, but let's check over Instagram, which is always popping. Wish I could put your comments over here, but if not, feel free to go ahead and check me out on YouTube and Twitter where we can have your comments out here. But I'll try my best to read them. Blake says, "This on me, y'all. Bench DK in fantasy and he has a good game." Yeah, that's on you. Why would you do that, Blake? Just messing around. Appreciate you, man. Watch out for Gainwell in the pass game right now. This team is 0 pass rush. Scotty says, "Facts. Jamie can't fire players to change the game." Ravens haven't been the Ravens since week 1 loss to the Bills. 77, so terrible, says Johnny Cash. And Dre Mace adding Humphrey to the list of people that can get out of here after the season because of his poor play. We'll see. Humphrey definitely has struggled against DK Metcalf, but that's not really his game. I know the Ravens want to use Humphrey because he's a physical corner who can, match up with the size of DK, but DK also has that speed, and DK isn't really a physical receiver prior to the catch. So a guy like Nate Wiggins can be that guy to shadow him and make sure that he doesn't get those grabs because, yeah, you're right. Once he does catch it, Nate Wiggins may be a liability, but I think Nate Wiggins has that dog in him. He's been really good at tackling. He's not afraid to get physical, something that was really knocked on him due to his size prior to the draft, but Nate Wiggins has been the complete opposite. I dare say he's probably the most physical corner the Ravens have. So I think that, they do need to do something with that Humphrey DK Metcalf matchup because all it takes on this 3rd down is another deep toss down the sideline for the Steelers team who looks to be a little bit out of it with another injury to the offensive line to be right back in it. So we'll see what happens. Very interesting, the matchup between these two. 3rd quarter just ended in Cincinnati. Bengals still lead the Bills by 3, 21-18. Bengals currently in their own 34-yard line. It's 2nd and 1 The Bengals officially have a 63% chance of winning the game, according to NFL stats. Pete, the left tackle, is heading to the blue tent. So the Steelers will need to deal with the loss of another offensive lineman, their starting left tackle. And yeah, this is going to be something to watch out for. Oh, 3rd and 5. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Shotgun formation. Aaron Rodgers clearly needing time because the Ravens looking like they're overloading that right side, that left side. They're going to come right after him on that side. They're going to bring somebody in to help chip the rush. They do get it. DK, oh my gosh, Chidobe Awuzie beat, not by DK Metcalf this time, but by Austin. And the Steelers have another fresh set of downs to work with. The Ravens bet it all on the Steelers being unable to stop the blitz, but they do, in fact, pick it up. One-on-one coverage of Chidobe Awuzie couldn't make it in time. Thank goodness Chidobe Awuzie was able to grab the ankles of Austin and prevent what would have been a touchdown, but this pass rush unable to get help. Right now, the Steelers are in Ravens territory, 44-yard line. They motion 16. They hand the ball off, and the Ravens take care of business, stopping them behind the line of scrimmage. But we talked about it before the break. All it took was a deep pass. We thought it would be DK Metcalf. Marlon Humphrey. Instead, Chidobe Awuzie is the victim as the blitz pickup gives them a huge gain and a new set of downs to work with. Currently, the 2nd and 11. But the Ravens, if they want a chance to come back and win this one, have got to stop them here and force the punt. 2nd and 11. Camera pans to Lamar Jackson, waiting for his defense to get him the ball back. Marlon Humphrey, one-on-one Marlon with DK Metcalf in the bottom of the screen. Shotgun formation. Aaron Rodgers passes it over. A break tackle. Warren, but still gets a few yards before being stopped. Pick up a 7 here. It's going to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Woo. High drama. High drama in the AFC North as the Bengals are trying to get back in this one. And the Ravens and Steelers are doing battle in Baltimore for a chance at first place in the AFC North. The Ravens still seem pretty hell-bent on helping this guy out. They got Calvin Noy opposite the new left tackle for the Steelers. They fake the blitz. Oh, boy, he's going down the end zone. Touchdown. Warren. That looked like the most simplest of plays. The Ravens were hell-bent on stopping the Steelers with the change in left tackle. They didn't bother to shadow the right side of the field, and it cost them big time. Warren, easy dump off, no one on the right side, and Mike Green can't catch him. Nate Wiggins can't catch him. Blown coverage, and after all that the Ravens did in the beginning of the third quarter, it all goes away, and the Steelers are going to take what looks to be an 11-point lead here with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. I got to tell you, I'm speechless. Third down has been a terrible, terrible time for the Ravens. They need to do something. They need to stop blitzing. The Ravens need to count on their front four guys and their DBs in the backfield to just cover. That was too simple of a play to allow that touchdown. But now the Ravens get a chance to respond here. And we'll see if the Ravens go for 2 if they score a touchdown. I know I'm looking a little ahead here, but the Ravens have about 18 minutes to pretty much save their season. With 4 games left after this, to claw their way back in the AFC North if they can. But, whew, I haven't even checked. Have we seen Emory Jones this year? I mean, this game? Sorry, guys, just reviewing my public execution of Falele ASAP. That's crazy. Falele wasn't the one playing defense there, guys. I am Jay Morris says we have no edge rushers, can't sack a senior citizen. Our guys can't tackle. Our O-line is trash. Jay May says, then our players go elsewhere and ball the hell out. Coach them in pure booty cheeks for seasons now. No Limit Zay said, what are we doing? Oh man, I am very interested to see the temperament of this Ravens fan base if the Ravens are unable to pick up this W here. Again, still time. Rasheen Ali takes it. Ali, almost got the ball stripped, held on to it, gets to the 36-yard line, which is the second best field position they've had today. Now, do you run the ball, take time out the clock, and give, the Ravens less time and less opportunities to put the ball in the end zone, or do you trust this offensive line and Lamar Jackson to get the job done? I think the answer is really simple. Run the football. But we'll see what the guy, Todd Monken, decides to do here. First down. They play action, so they decide to pass the ball. Lamar Jackson gets a couple of yards after everything. So the Ravens do what they do best. Getting nervous. Get nervous when they're down now. I'm going to throw the ball and answer. You got to stay the course, I think, and run the football. All right. Second down. They hand it off to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry bounces to the outside. Gets to the outside and gets about 7 yards. Is he okay? Derrick Henry seems to be okay. Got up kind of slow, but got about 4 yards shy of the first down. 3rd and 3 officially for the Ravens. They have got to convert on 3rd and 3. The Ravens have run for 147 yards. Only got 16 points to show for it. The Ravens defense letting them down here, giving up 27 points to the Steelers. We'll see what the Ravens do as they motion Derrick Henry here on 3rd and 3. They fake the handoff. They take Lamar Jackson, takes it, and Lamar Jackson runs out of bounds, but not before getting the first down and then some. New set of downs for the Ravens. The Ravens have got to continue doing this. Kelly McCoy with the clown emojis for this Ravens team. And, Kelly, I get it. Let's see if the Ravens can do something here. The motion looks like Isaiah Lackley. Lamar Jackson throws the ball deep down the field and then caught by Rashad Bateman. People are getting open here. Lamar Jackson, time in the pocket. Pat Ricard being an extra extra blocker here for the Ravens. 1st and 10. A minute to go as the clock continues to wind on the 3rd quarter. The Ravens need to get at least one more play of positive yardage here, hopefully, to set themselves up here in the fourth quarter. Play action. Lamar Jackson tries to get between two guys. Lamar is running the football, folks. Let me see what likely this is. Tony Romo said that he did something wrong. Oh, yeah. He missed the block. Ooh. All right, let's get it going. 2nd and 3. The motion power card. They will not have time. They need to have a play called here. They hand the ball off this time to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry up the middle. And he stopped at the 15-yard line, but not before the first down. The time will wind down. End of the third quarter. The Ravens will have 15 more minutes to score 11 points. Can the Ravens score? Can the defense hold? And can the Ravens close this one out and take sole possession of first place? It'll be tough. But the Ravens may be up to the task. All right, let's get some more comments here. It's nice to see a receiver just go down after making the catch. Says Blake, I love that too. Let's get some Isaac Bruce Torrey Holt type of plays in here. Catch, drop. No need to cause a turnover. Just get down, live to fight another day. Sean says, offense straight doo-doo. Defense straight trash. Lamar will go to another franchise and win the Super Bowl, says Dre. I mean, as long as he's playing football, he's going to have an opportunity to win wherever he plays. You hope it's in Baltimore, but, how does Tyler Show has more rushing yards than Lamar right now? Good question. Juan says they cannot keep Harbaugh after this season. Or has no clue what he's doing. Can't believe we let Harbaugh keep his job at the 23 and let McDonald walk right out the building. Team's window's closed. Says Tig Nuts. Hard to disagree. Hard to disagree. In case you guys are wondering, the Bengals just took a 28-18 lead after Joe Burrow passed to Mike Gesicki for a 12-yard touchdown. The Bengals are looking like they're going to be 5-8 in the AFC North. Oh, man. The Ravens can't stop the Steelers offense. What chance do you think they have against Joey B, who is 20 of 28 and 3 touchdowns to go with 187 yards? Wow. Jay Moore says, all I want for Christmas is a new coach. Ali and Weston make me nervous. Bills beat the Steelers last week. We're the ones struggling against them. Yeah, we're buns. I mean, the Ravens, I don't want to say the Ravens are buns. I shouldn't say that, but they're running out of time. We're talking like this team is playing in week 4. It is week 15, week 14. It's time. Well, the Ravens are in the red zone again. Let's see what they do here. Lamar Jackson hands the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry tries to bounce to the outside. Can't do it. They get about 2 yards out of it, so 2nd and 8. Keaton Mitchell's going to the field, going to the locker room. Keaton Mitchell has a knee injury, guys. That's huge. Keaton Mitchell is out with a knee injury. Ali grabs it. Is he down? Oh, man, Ali looked like he was still on his feet. Let's see. Let's look at the replay. Yes, he was down. Eccles, who has been giving the Ravens fits, is a little shaken up now. So this is a big time matchup. Lots of guys going down. Keaton Mitchell, knee injury. What are y'all seeing? His elbow was clearly down. I love this team. I'll see what you want about the Ravens, man, but I just love the characters on this team. It's so funny watching them. So anyway, it's 3rd and 4. Ravens have picked up the blitz. Pat Queen gets there, doesn't get there. And Rashad Bateman drops it. Rashad Bateman had the ball and he dropped it. Would have been a first down, maybe even a touchdown, but Rashad Bateman had the pass. Oh my goodness. That's a touchdown, not a first down. Oh my God. He got to catch it. And the Ravens are going to be forced to kick a field goal. Tyler Loop has already missed an extra point, so this is not without risk here for the Ravens as they try and make this a one-score game. Tyler Loop. Snap, hold, kick. It's good. But man, you cannot tell me Bateman had it. Sorry, I didn't mean to show too much emotion there, but wow. How bad is the injury to Keaton? I don't know. Dre said, just say it's saying the Ravens are cooked. They're not cooked. They just got to play some defense and get the ball back. I still have faith. Don't know why. Wow. I'm just reading over what the fans are saying on social media. Not gonna lie, not going for too early, coming back to bite them. Yeah. I said it. Why is Emery not in on that down? We got no receivers. We need Ed Reed. Play calling is terrible. Same weak ass mesh concept. Boy, do I agree with you. I don't think I've agreed with one comment more. Do a zig to the numbers or something. WTF. If the Steelers score a touchdown, it's over. I agree. I think if the Steelers score a field goal, it's over. I don't think the Steelers can score another point here. The Steelers have to have 27 points at the end of this game for the Ravens to have any chance of winning. No field goals, no safeties, no nothing. Josh Allen just scored off a 45-yard run, and it's 28-25 as Gainwell gets inside the 30, 23-yard line. Defense has got to get it together. Ravens fans, you got to believe in your team to get the job done. 13 minutes, 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Referee has something to say to the fans. I think somebody's reporting eligible for the Steelers, so they're going to try and run this ball down the Ravens' throats here. Ravens better be ready. Appreciate the 300 plus that are tuning in here to watch the Ravens and Steelers do battle for a chance to be sole possessors of first place in the AFC North. DK Metcalf motions. They play action. They fake it. They give it to DK Metcalf. Mike Green has a chance to make the tackle. He does help with it, but Roquan Smith finished it off. The Steelers get about 2 or 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Man, if you guys aren't Ravens fans, do yourselves a favor. Forget about this game. Go watch that Bengals-Bills game because that's something. But if you are a Ravens game fan, you better stay tuned because their season is on the line here at 2nd and 7. The motion fire move doesn't look like it's going to be man. It looks like a zone. Aaron Rodgers tosses it. Kyle Hamilton setting the edge. What a great play by Kyle Hamilton. He doesn't get the tackle, but he's a huge part of why we're looking at 3rd and 6 for the Steelers as opposed to 3rd and 2. Here we go. The Ravens have as many sacks on the year as they have points in this game. 19. Another 3rd down, as Kelly has pointed out, for the Ravens. This may be the most pivotal. The Ravens can get the ball back here with great field position if they can stop this Steelers team here. They haven't done so all game. It's looking like man coverage. It is man coverage. Looks like a whistle's down beforehand. We're looking at a delay of game for the Steelers. Whoa. On the offense. Big time. Different game. If I'm the Steelers, I'm still feeling pretty confident here. 3rd and long. They haven't stopped the deep ball all game. If I'm the Ravens, I'm playing a 2-high safety look. Give my corner some help back there. And then hope for the best. Hope your edge rushers can get after Aaron Rodgers here. That's my 2 cents. We'll see what the Ravens do. The Ravens are running a 2-high look. Chidobe Awuzie is on DK Metcalf right now. I was right with what they're trying to do here. They do only send 4 like I thought. They give the ball off to Freiermuth. If he doesn't get it, the Ravens get a crucial 3rd down stop. In comes the special teams unit. I am smart. And so was Zachary Orr, at least on that down. Lamar will get the ball back and try his best to make an improbable comeback a reality here. Wester's back deep. Wester with a chance. This is a punt that's returnable. Wester's going to have a chance here. He runs to the outside, turns it around, comes back inside, and is stopped at the 33-yard line. So very returnable. The Steelers defense do a good job of covering the kick. And Lamar will be back out there with a chance to go 77 yards down the field, 67 yards down the field for a touchdown. And a chance to tie the game. For the love of the Almighty, please. In case you're wondering what's going on in the Bengals-Bills game, Joe Burrow is currently driving down the field, currently at the Buffalo Bills 33-yard line. Just got completed a pass, I believe it was a 16-yarder to Tate Johnson. Ugh. I am looking through my social media to see if I get any nuggets about what's going on. Brandon Eccles is being evaluated for concussion for the Steelers, so the Ravens will have a chance to do something here. Oh my gosh! Pick six! Buffalo returns it to the end zone, touchdown! The Buffalo Bills have just made an improbable comeback. Pick six for the Bills, and they take the lead with 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the ball game. So if you're a Ravens fan, you got the ball back, your QB has your shot, and it's looking like the Ravens going to have some cushion for the pushing. How can you watch me and Kevin at the same time? Hey, man, I don't know. I'm see about getting in on that. Lamar Jackson deep. Zay Flowers has got it. He's back up on the feet. And he's down at the 32-yard line of Pittsburgh. So Lamar Jackson, with the Eccles injury, goes deep, and the Ravens are driving. Dare I say Lamar Jackson coming out party once again. I mean, great play design by Todd Monken. Oh, my goodness. And literally, Tony Romo says the same thing. Pat Ricard motions in. This might be a run play. It is. Derrick Henry gets stripped, but not before getting about 6 yards. So a 28-yard line. Back to Kevin Samuels, 35 seconds ahead of my stream. Oh, my bad. My bad, Be More Joe. If I'm ahead for you guys, I apologize. Kevin's always behind. Maybe I should be a step behind. Let me pause it real quick. No, I'm not going to do that because some people are watching in real time because they can't watch the game. So sorry, Baltimore Joe. Appreciate you for joining, though. Lamar Jackson hands it off to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry pushes ahead for 2 yards. You could tell what type of game the Ravens are trying to run here. They're being very physical. Ragu says, is this a winnable game? Yeah, it is a winnable game. Do they get it done here? I don't know. Third and 2. Derrick Henry gets it. He gets stopped short. Fourth and 1 upcoming for the Ravens. And I agree with the play call to run the ball, so I'm not mad at it. The Steelers just did a good job of stopping it. The question is, what do the Ravens do here on 4th and short? The answer is they're going for it. 4th and goal. This could be the game. Derrick Henry takes it to the outside. He gets the first down. And the 19-yard line for the Ravens. May have been some jockeying for the ball here. Man, back in the day, last year, this is a touchdown. But Voorhees tumbling and bumbling, and Ali's back as Keaton Mitchell is injured. We don't know the significance, but it is a knee injury. They give it to Rasheen Ali this time. Rasheen Ali out of Marshall, second year here for the Ravens, gets a couple of yards. And Rasheen Ali, I'm going to knock on wood when I say this, but he was not the best at holding on to the football here. So we'll see. 2nd and 8. You run the football, you hold the time of possession, but time is not a friend for the Ravens at all, especially if the Ravens score and are unable to convert here for the 2 points. But it is 2nd and 8. They got to get the end zone first. They motion Zay Flowers on the shotgun formation. Ali's still in the field here. Ali picks up the block. A third blitzer comes in. Lamar Jackson tries to throw it, and he's not able to get to Isaiah Likely in time. So we're looking at a 3rd and 8. So the Steelers are not going to let this offensive line feel comfortable here. They sent over 6. Thank goodness Lamar gets away. But a very risky decision by Lamar to throw the ball and get it to Isaiah Likely and keeping him in his. The Ravens and the Steelers are both 6 for 12 on 3rd down. The Ravens want to convert here, need to convert here on 3rd and 8. They are sending over the blitz again. Lamar Jackson gets away, throws it, but not in time. They will need to go for the field goal. "36-yard field goal for Loop. Knock on wood, didn't miss the extra point. Ravens can't afford to miss this one. They don't. It is now 22-27. See if I can find some information on Keaton Mitchell here. And just in case you're wondering, the Bengals just threw an interception again. That's Joe Burrow's 2nd. And the Bills are currently in the Bengals' 8-yard line, risking a chance to score. Bengals are up by 30, up by 4. So a touchdown with 4 minutes to go will pretty much seal it here. James Cook takes it up the middle. And it's now 2nd and goal at the 5, on the 4, I should say. All right, but we're back in action. Tyler Loop kicks it off. Steelers, Gainwell catches it. Gainwell gets to the 41-yard line. So that's a very good starting field position for the Steelers. Ooh-wee. Okay, shotgun. The motion, Calvin Austin. Oh. Looked like they had a blitz on him. Doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers throws a ball in the dirt. Lamar needs to go to Tom to draft Arch Manning and Peyton Manning become my head coach. That's crazy. Lamar needs to go draft Arch Manning and Peyton Manning will become my head coach. Wow. Oh, batted down! Intercepted, I think! Intercepted! Ravens grab it! Yes, let's go! The call on the field is a turnover. It was a batted pass at the line of scrimmage, and the Ravens grabbed the ball back. Teddy Buchanan has the ball. It looks like, or was it Teddy Buchanan? I'm not sure. Wow. Whoa. So it looks like it was tipped and then Buchanan. It looks like a replay for this one. Well, he didn't have possession. I'm not sure if he did it. He might have that ball. I think Rodgers is down. Let's see what happens. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see how this is ruled. It's a close call. Looks like it's being reviewed. Steelers offense is currently on the field, and the Ravens offense is on the field. If I had to be objective with this one, I think he was down. I think Aaron Rodgers has the ball. I would hate to be a Raven and Lamar Jackson did this and they didn't give the ball back. I'm hoping they call it a turnover. But it's, if I had to guess, I'd say it's Steelers ball. Yep. Steelers get the ball back. Damn. Now, yeah. I don't know if you have full possession. That's what you're asking yourself. But again, if it was the reverse and Lamar Jackson was in that situation, I'd want the ball back. Sucks. Ugh. The Ravens would have had a great field position with that one. 3rd and 19. The Ravens cannot have a letdown here. We know we had a big high. Don't let that come crashing down. You got 19 yards to cover here. The Steelers cannot convert. No pass interference calls. No holding calls. Let Aaron Rodgers know that this defense is for real and get the stop and get the ball back. Aaron Rodgers, shotgun formation. The Ravens are showing a 4-man look. Fake it to 14. Gives it back to him. The Steelers are going to give up. And they're going to punt the ball to the Ravens. So not the best outcome, but certainly not the worst, as the Steelers will punt the ball on 4th and 15. Wester has the ball again and stops. Instead of starting at the Steelers 20, the Ravens will start on offense at their own 20. So that was a huge, huge decision by the referees to overturn that call. In case you're wondering, the Chiefs, what am I talking about? The Bills are up 39-28 on the Bengals. The Bengals looking to score here. They're at the Buffalo Bills 29, but they need 2 scores here to come back and win this one. But their season is on the line. Very similar to the Baltimore Ravens, who take over at the 23-yard line. Lamar Jackson on the center, Pat Ricard and Derrick Henry to the back of him. They hand the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry up the middle. Derrick Henry down, and he gets tackled at the 45. But Derrick Henry is showing the motion. That train is chugging along, and the Ravens' run game looks to be every bit as potent as the Bills were against the Steelers. Wow. Lamar Jackson hands the ball off to Derrick Henry again. Derrick Henry takes it again, this time for 6 yards. And you could tell that the Ravens are taking control of a very tired and undermanned Steelers defense. The Ravens have got to keep this going. A touchdown will give the Ravens the lead. Tycast said, "My son will love your feed." And man, bring him on. Let him watch. I appreciate you guys for joining. So Lamar Jackson now has Rasheen Ali on the shotgun formation. They're going to pass it here. Lamar Jackson needs to get out of there. Lamar Jackson throws it to Pat Ricard. Todd Monken, for the love that all it is pure and heavenly, you have better get your head out of your ass. Why are you still throwing the football when the run game is having so much potential? Just run the ball. Let them stop you. I don't understand. And now you can't run the ball here on 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation, Rasheen Ali in. Ravens have 3 timeouts, but you think that Lamar goes deep. Isaiah Likely grabs it, but it's incomplete. Oh. Somebody's down. And that was to DeAndre Hopkins, not. Pat Ricard is down. Pat Shaquille is down. I just don't understand Todd Monken. So stupid. Run the ball. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. Bro, I'm stressed. My brother checking in. You look stressed. I am stressed because it shouldn't be like this. Shout outs to my boy. I'm stressed. This is like, I'm just dumbfounded by the play call on the last 2 downs. On 2nd and down, you throw the football when the run game has been so effective. And on 3rd down, you throw a deep shot to Hopkins instead of taking the easy first down in a drive, and this now have to give the ball back to the offense. You got to punt here. And the Ravens offense is still out there. Oh. Very tight game is expected from division rivals, says Ashton. I mean, like, bruh. Do not hike this ball. Oh my God, they're going for it. Lamar Jackson, get to the Zay Flowers. He got the first down. Oh, Lord. Help me, Jesus. What type of... You guys don't care about my health. Y'all don't care about my health. Connects to Zay on fourth down. Yes, sir, Kelly. I'm too old for this. I am too old for this. The Ravens still continue to pass. This time to throw it to Derrick Henry for all that is... Oh, what? What? Oh, okay. Okay, wait. Tony Romo says this is going to be a big play. I don't know if it's going to be a big play. Okay, but that's a bad pass from Lamar. I will say that. But run the ball, man. I'm not going to run the ball now. Well, he might. I would. Derrick Henry's dumped by Highsmith. So now it's 3rd and 8 again. That's why you run the ball on first down. Under 4 minutes to go, shotgun formation. Rasheen Ali. Top of your screen, you got a bunch formation with Isaiah Likely, Zay Flowers, and Rashad Bateman. They hand it off to Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers has it. He runs down the sideline, down to the 20, cuts back inside. He's not going to get caught up. He drops into the 12-yard line, but the Ravens are in B-I-Z-Z-ness. The Ravens in business here. Big time throw by Lamar Jackson. Huge. Education Unpacked says, wow. Kelly McCoy. Definitely sweating out here. So big time play by the Baltimore Ravens here. Run the ball. Now Lamar Jackson has done his job. Oh my gosh, the play action. Down the sideline, the field touchdown. Isaiah Likely drops it. That's incomplete. They're going to call it a touchdown, but I don't know. For the second straight time, the ball is away from Isaiah Likely's hands in the end zone. Let's see what happens. But Lamar Jackson is back. 1, 2. Yep, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Isaiah Likely saying, pay me my money. Huge touchdown. Tutty for Likely. And now the conversation will begin about what's happened with the Mark Andrews Isaiah Likely extension. Oh, they said that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Oh, no. Well, what's going on? Are they reviewing it or is it not a touchdown? Oh, they called it an incomplete pass. 1, 2. Oh, the third foot didn't go down. You're right. Okay. He didn't finish it. That's the right call, guys. I'm sorry. I'll likely again. Derrick Henry gets it. Derrick Henry, hold on to the ball, Derrick. He gets down into the 3rd and goal. But yeah, Isaiah Likely, you got to hold on to the ball. Wow. That looks like a touchdown, man. That seemed like a touchdown. You might subscribe to the channel, Baltimore Joe. Let's go. Patrick Queen's back on the field for this 3rd and short where the Ravens have got to run it here. Do not do a sprint out for all that is good, Todd Monken. What the fuck was that? There's a flag down. Please be offsides. Oh my God, the Ravens are getting screwed here. Stressing out. Incomplete. Fuck. Sorry. Yo. We're so buns. The Steelers have a good chance to win this one now. But man. You guys wanted Isaiah Likely. He drops another touchdown for the Ravens. Mark Andrews, Patrick Queen. Oh. Andrews, buddy, where are you in this game? This has been an awesome game. I mean, you're frustrated if you're a Ravens fan, but you got to pray that this Ravens defense shows up here, or else the season is on the line, in my opinion, here. Man, Ravens got screwed here today. Turnover. That didn't happen. Touchdown. That was negated. Field goal nonsense from Travis Jones. The Ravens are overcoming a lot here. If you're a Ravens fan, how can you not be pissed off on what is going on? That's a catch for Isaiah Likely. Man, you got to feel bad for the Ravens. Come on, you gotta get that tackle. He got a couple of extra yards. Guys, this is crazy. 1, 2. That's a crazy. That's an insane development. Isaiah likely getting cooked. Hold on to the ball, bro. Let's see if the Ravens stop him here. If not, the game's over. Let's go. The Ravens will have 2 minutes and 8 seconds to save their season. The Ravens will still need a touchdown. Field goals will not do it. All right, the Ravens will have very good field position, I would say. For the division lead, Bengals lose 39-34. Steelers or Ravens will take sole possession. It's a two-man race. This goes a long way. It's going to be against the Ravens, I could tell. Not great field position anymore. The referees are on us today, man. Like, geez, let the boys play. Kelly says, this drive is what you get paid for. Deep cleansing breath. Education Impact says, I'm sure that was after the debacle. All right, let's see this Instagram. You guys have been rocking on Instagram. Appreciate you guys. Just fire Harbaugh. What are we doing? Do you think the ball was for Andrews or Hopkins? God only knows. Will Bengals rest Burrows if eliminated? No. I mean, they're not out of the woods yet. They can still win the division. It's just 4-9 is. I mean, what are we doing? Can 8-9 win the division? I don't think so. You think the Steelers or Ravens lose 3 of their next 5 games? Steelers and the Ravens would need to lose 3 of the next 5. Yeah, Ravens fans, I know you guys are upset. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll take a bathroom break. Shotgun formation for the Ravens. Rasheen Ali is in the backfield, so they're going to be passing it the rest of the way. No running game. Okay. I got to say, guys, it's not looking great. One minute and 40 seconds left, second down and 14. They're still in Ravens territory. 23-yard line, 22-yard line. The Ravens are still, the time is still falling. Zay Flowers. Third down, a minute and 15 seconds left. Third and long here. They look unorganized, disoriented. Lamar Jackson. Call a timeout. Yeah. That was terrible. I'm done with this team. Whole division sucks. 18-yard holding plus 10 yards. F word. I can't say that. Ravens are horrible. Man, we cannot find a group. We're genuinely disappointed. Yeah, it's that was a crazy. I mean, the Ravens are still reeling from that Isaiah Likely touchdown. I can tell, and so am I. I am exhausted. Fourth and 2. Out of timeouts here. Isaiah Likely has it. Get down, Isaiah Likely. 39 seconds left. 35, 34. They clocked it with 30 seconds left. Second down at the 42, the Ravens 42. So they got 30 seconds to go down the field. 50 plus yards. You live with Giants fans? Oh, gosh. That's crazy. Joe B says, clock usage under 2 minutes is abysmal. Sure is. That was terrible. But yeah, I'm tired, man. The up and down of this game has got me exhausted. Still got another live show to go. For 2nd and 10, Lamar's going to take a deep shot. He's going to risk it. You know he does in this situation. Throws it down the middle of the field. He makes it. Clock it. So 16 seconds left. The Ravens are at the 39-yard line of Pittsburgh. So they got about two. Great throw by Lamar. So the Ravens got about 2 plays left here, in my opinion. 3 if you have an incompletion. Ugh. If you're a Ravens fan, you at the game, God bless you. I could not. You know what's funny here? What was I going to say? Patrick Mahomes has done stuff like this before. This is not out of the realm of possibility. Of course, Pat Mahomes needed to get into field goal range, which Lamar has done. But the Ravens need to get into the end zone. It's a lot of... Who's that? I don't... Yeah, what's the hell? This is terrible. Okay. 9 seconds. That was a stupid play call. Why would you keep the defense on one side of the field and leave basically the other side open? You don't have enough time. No out routes. Wow. Lamar Jackson gets sacked. Game over. What a fucking idiotic play call. Everything about that was dumb. All right. Well, that'll do it. Ravens move to 6-7. Steelers 7-6. Ravens second place with a game against the Bengals coming up. The Steelers have a shot to win the division, which is insane. The Steelers, the worst 7-6 team in the history of the sport. I mean, that whole sequence was a fireable offense for Todd Monken. Everything about that was just terrible. The play calling, the personnel movement, nobody ran an out route. Nobody got out of bounds. There was no way you were going to score from 39 yards. Crazy. But you love it. It's not over for the Ravens yet, but the chances of them winning diminishes significantly. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at the Ravens Talk live stream. Head over to the Locked On Ravens Squad show in an hour. We'll be talking about it. But yeah, the Ravens, in my opinion, they no longer have a shot at winning the division unless the Steelers collapse. Let's look at the Steelers schedule upcoming. The Ravens and the Steelers play the Dolphins, which is obviously going to be a win. Then the Lions, then the Browns, and then the Ravens again. So I don't know. The Ravens might have a shot here. It's not over. The Dolphins will need to show up next week, and the Ravens have to win out. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. So that's it. Appreciate you guys for joining. We will see you on the Locked On Ravens Squad show. Ravens fall to the Steelers 27-22. The season has been the season. Thanks for tuning in.